Well, hello again, everyone. This is Bob Mannery, and you're listening to Tom and Mike. AM in the PM, only on A2D Radio. Tom and Mike, these guys are fucking awesome. But their side piece, Greg, that guy is a goddamn problem.
Let's go, Tom.
Mike.
Dennis.
AM.
In the PM.
A2D Radio. We are live from the Real Talk Studios like we are every Wednesday night. And every Wednesday night we are brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours. Gibson Mayer LLC. Find them on the web. GibsonMayer.com. Tom Arnone, Michael Mataraki, Dennis Holmes, Robbie Pove on the ones and twos. The family out there joining us. Tons to talk about tonight. Later on in the show, we'll do Sixers, Celtics reactions. Conversate, look back on the game, look what's coming up, a little West Coast swing for the Sixers, talk about Brett Brown, because in this city, when you lose, you're not a good coach. When you win, you're crowned. And the dude got zero credit for the run they went on last year without Joel Embiid. Zero credit from this city. Zero. And now you fast forward into this year, and you lose a game where you're overmatched, honestly, a team that's deeper than you. So we'll talk Sixers, Celtics later on the show. Thoughts and predictions? Obviously, in a must-win game for the Eagles this weekend against the Redskins. We'll talk about that as well. A friend in need. Well, guess what?
We got friends.
We got friends, and we got friends in high places because Chicago's a high place for us. And Matt Nagy and Trey Burton, we need you this Sunday.
Yes, sir.
But the Eagles are in a must-win game this Sunday, and that's tied right into our poll question brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. Will the Bears beat the Vikings on Sunday and potentially send the Eagles to the playoffs? Yes or no? You can let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, A2D Radio is where you can find us. And let me tell you something. We want your questions, concerns, positive thoughts, and what you're feeling. Are you feeling we're getting in? I don't want a percentage. I want how you feel out of a 1 to 10 tonight. Where do you feel? Because it's not just you winning and getting in. The other stuff needs to happen. Now, granted, only one other thing needs to happen, but it still factors into it. So how you feeling? I want to gauge you tonight. 1 out of 10. I also want to gauge you on the Sixers when we discuss that later in the show, a 1 out of 10 on how confident you are on this basketball team as is moving forward, because there's nobody on that roster that I necessarily blame or coaches that I blame. I blame the fact that you aren't deep enough. So I want your reactions your little gauge out of 1 to 10 on how confident you are on the Sixers moving forward as is, or do they need to make a move? But it's heavy Eagles tonight. Fam,
it's got to be heavy Eagles tonight.
It's every night heavy Eagles.
Well, this is what we do, right? Dennis messaged me the other day or right before Christmas, right? He's like, "Yo, I want to come on the show." All right, hey, come on, swing by.
Yeah.
Shoot an address out. Dennis is in the house. So, family out there, you ever want to come in the studio and muck it up with us? Let's fucking do it. All right, let's do it.
This is a great studio. I like it, man. I love everything about it.
Love having you, brother. Glad you can make it down.
Yes.
No Greg Mohakovic tonight.
Physique test.
No Greg Mohakovic tonight. No Danny McGuckin tonight. And no, the Sixers aren't playing. Usually Danny's a no-go when the Sixers are on. But he's prepping for tomorrow night.
Prepping for tomorrow, yeah.
He's prepping for tomorrow night. Family already chiming in, and they're rocking. We'll get to him right now. Mark Manique, hello from Michigan. What's up, Mark?
Hey, Mark.
Thanks for chiming in, brother.
What's going on, Mark?
David Roska, what's up, boys, my Rams? Dave, we'll talk Rams in a little bit because we're going to need your Rams. Mark Manique says, I hate the Lions even more. And if you watch any of that game, after the first quarter, that should have been a 17-0.
21-0.
21-0. They drove down all three times.
Breaking news right out of the gate here, by the way. Not Eagles related, but Adam Schefter reporting that Bengals linebacker Vontaze Burfict, couldn't happen to a nicer guy, sustained his 7th career concussion on Sunday and his 2nd in a month, which could put his career in jeopardy.
Wow.
That's a pretty good linebacker to go out like that.
It is.
I mean, I wish the best for him, but I think he's going to have to go get some treatment.
Yeah, 7.
I don't want him to end up like, a couple of those other older players that can barely talk. So I think he needs to go get some treatment, get himself back together. Eventually he'll get his life together. Wish the best for you, Vontaze Burfict, but you're not an Eagle, so we can't talk no more about you. Anyway.
Mark Manique says, let's go Bears. You know it, brother.
That's right.
Thicky Don in the house. If the Eagles get in, they win another Super Bowl. We'll talk about that, Thicky. And Mark Manique, in terms of the Eagles, he's a 9. He's a confidence level of a 9 as they get into the dance, and I love it. I love it.
I'm a 10, so I'm loving it.
The tube's jumping already tonight, too.
And he said Bears will play starters and look at the Rams score at half. And listen, in today's NFL, brother, and I was saying to somebody earlier, they're not resting. They're not pulling their starters at any point in that game because teams can come back. So they pull their starters out and lose, and then the Rams come back from like 17 down, or the Niners do, and win that game, right? And it's like everything's out of control.
You don't want to, as the Bears, even if you do, you don't want the Vikings to beat you because then you play the Vikings the next week. It's hard to beat somebody 2 weeks in a row.
Well, here's the thing.
It is.
Not only is it hard to beat somebody 2 weeks in a row, it's hard to beat them 3 times in one season.
Yeah.
So you don't want to play them a third time in a season. But here's the thing, Tom, Dennis, I don't think the 49ers are going to roll over for the Rams at all. You saw how tough the 49ers played the Bears last week.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the same thing.
I was talking to a 49ers fan not too long ago. The 49ers are about 2 pieces away from being a contender. I mean, granted, they lost Jimmy G, the porn star. You know, they end up losing their running back McKinnon, who's great out the backfield, also is a great blocker. But at the same time, their defense is well put together. They lost their middle linebacker, Reuben Foster, I think his name is. Mm-hmm. Lost him, but still has an elite defense that can go out and play with the best of them. You're not just going to beat those guys down. As you see what they did to Seattle, to the Bears. They're showing you that they got potential. Plus, they have a good backup quarterback. So if Jimmy G does go down again, they got somebody to come right back in and finish doing the stuff that Kyle Shanahan wanted to get done.
Well, if you look at their last, I would say 6-7 games where, you know, before half, I think there was only one game where they trailed a lot at half, and that was the Seattle game. But
they've only been blown out, I think, once.
But that was like 5 weeks ago. But the last like 4 weeks going into halftime, the Niners have been winning or losing by less than 10 in all them games.
They're within one score.
Yeah, so I don't buy that LA is going to go in there when they're not even rocking and rolling. Let's be real. That they're going to – or I don't even know where that game's at. Sorry. Is the game in San Fran or LA?
I think it's in LA.
It don't even matter. They're still the same place.
No, yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Not with Rams games.
This is the thing about San Fran. They're on like their 5th running back, and they have no number 1 wide receiver. That scares the hell out of you that team is that good without no number 1 running back. And no number 1 wide receiver.
That's because George Kittle's a machine.
Yeah,
George Kittle, 4.5, 40. Yeah.
I think Kyle Shanahan's a smart guy, too, you know, and I think that's a lot of the reason. But Kyle Meager, big game Sunday, you know it.
Yes, sir.
Andy Ritter, what's up, boys? Your favorite car selling, wrestling, recapping Jew is in the house. Go Birds, go Birds. And
converted Jew. Come on, Andy.
James Wilder says, fly, Bears, fly.
Attaboy.
We need it.
And Mark McNeek says the Rams are beatable. And guess what? They don't even have to be beatable, brother. They just have to – the Niners just have to stay in that game.
Stay in the game.
But I'm telling you, they're not taking them starters out at any point in that game. Chicago's going to Minnesota to whoop them. They're not going to roll over. It's not like it's a non-conference game. You know, not even a non-divisional game. It's not like it's just a conference game. It's a divisional game. They don't like each other. Okay? Nobody in that division is like our division. None of them like each other.
And Kirk Cousins flat out stinks.
And he stinks. And so what out there makes you think that Kirk Cousins is all of a sudden going to start beating good teams? And a defense like that, and I think
because that's where the sharp money is.
Yeah, the sharp money.
The sharp money.
The sharp money. Vegas always wins. So there's no such thing as sharp money. The only thing sharp is what Vegas collects.
Listen, I gamble a lot, and I say the same thing all the time. Listen, it's us versus them. We have to beat Vegas. That's what it basically is. Point spreads and everything. Got to do the best we can do.
Yeah.
Gongos 951
What's up, Gongo?
Says, my dudes, how's it going? Birds are not done yet. Keep hope alive. Mark Max says, Big Mike, what up? What's up?
What's up?
Hector Nation says, if you're not down, fuck you. What up, guys? Glad to see you guys.
What's up, brother?
What's up?
What's up?
Kevin McDonald 500 says, what up, guys? Have another great show. I heard Nagy's playing the starters this Sunday.
He's playing them the whole game.
See, here's the thing. I think a lot of people are concerned because Matt Nagy is another Andy Reid disciple who, and we all know Andy. Andy would say it's business as usual, and then his starters would play a series and he'd pull them. But I think Nagy wants to ride this. He wants to keep the pedal to the metal with a young team. He wants that second seed.
Well, he said it.
And he doesn't want to play Minnesota 3 times in one season.
Mike, he said it. He was clear on it, too.
Yeah.
He was like, listen, he's like, I like having a must-win this part of the season. You know, and I think he can learn something from Doug E.P., too, because last year with Doug E.P., he played a majority of his starters, besides Nick, longer than just a series or two.
Right.
You know, he played guys where he didn't want – the 2-week bye week type deal. But for the Bears, like I said, they're playing a team they don't like. And I think they go into Minnesota, and I think they beat them. I think my major concern isn't the Bears beating Minnesota. I'm going to be honest with you guys. My concern is us going down and beating Washington again. And I know they're not good enough. I know there's so much going on down there, but they always play us tough in Washington.
Well,
they play us tough here, too.
I'm going to give you the X factor, though. The fact that they cut DJ Swearinger this week.
Preach!
That whole defense, to me, is going to roll over.
You think it's Quit City? I do, too. I see that.
They cut Swearinger, and the rest of that defense just basically went.
It's crazy because when they cut
hold up the tent, see you later.
They cut Swearinger just 2 weeks ago. I was talking about I don't think they're going to re-sign Josh Norman. I said Josh Norman, I don't think he's going to be on the team next year at all. Well, just that whole headset and the headphones against the Saints situation, I think that's too much for the Gruden.
Yeah, you know how Grudens are with their guys.
Yeah.
Great question here. Edgar Venzer says, so do we blame Schwartz for the Carolina and Tennessee losses or Peterson's play calls in the fourth quarter if we don't get in?
I would have to say we would have to blame both because it's a team effort. Now, don't get me wrong. Our defense could have been playing better. That fourth down where the guy was right there, all he had to do was touch the ball, and I think it was Graham, and he didn't do it. I mean, I understand that in the Tennessee game. And the Carolina game looked like we took the pedal off the metal, where as though we was doing things right, and the play calling just went out the window. But at the same time, it's a team effort. That was a team loss.
Bryce Blackwell just said 49ers will keep it close, but we're damn sure beating Washington.
No, I'm not saying we're not going to beat them. We're going to get in the predictions here. But, I'm not saying we're not beating them. I'm just saying that, like, if you had to ask me which one, if you had to, like, say, okay, the Bears beating the Vikings – the Vikings winning, okay, and getting in,
right,
or us winning. Well, I would flip it and say if there's a better chance of the Bears beating the Vikings, and I'm more confident on that side than I am of
us beating
Washington. I still think we beat Washington. I think we get in.
Well,
I think we get in.
Let's talk about that part first, then, because obviously, I think we're all confident that we're going to go down there and beat Washington.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's obviously a must-win. I mean, you lose, you go home with your tail between your legs, and that's that.
Right.
Do we think that there's any chance at all that they can win? And if so, how do they do it?
Who, Washington?
Yeah.
Oh, well, exactly. If Washington beats us, I remember one time we played against Josh Johnson, and he was looking really good until he got to the red zone. This is back when he played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mm-hmm. Y'all remember that game?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, and he was looking pretty good until he got to the red zone, and he missed a couple throws that would have put him up 17-0 on us. But yet it only went up 6-0. So I don't know if Josh connects and beats us with his arm and his feet, because it's gonna need both to beat us. It could happen, but I just don't see it. They don't.
You know what happens? They still got a real good front four up there. We can continue to disrespect a good defense over there, and I understand DJ Swearinger, the captain of that defense. I get all that. I understand that. This is a divisional game. And if you think with their season's over and want to be sweet for them to knock us out and give us no chance, then we're all misguided, because that's all their goal is right now. Now, do I think Washington wins? No, I don't think they win. But they got a great front four that can get after the quarterback. So that's concerning to me always, because, okay.
Honestly, the last couple times we lost to them was because of the Ryan Kerrigan.
Yep.
Well, do you think that front four is going to go hard, though?
Yeah,
I do.
Legitimately.
I do, because I think there's pros up there. I think there's damn good guys.
That's fair.
But Kerrigan's a pro's pro.
Yeah.
Now they're puppies.
Kerrigan's scary.
Now they got two young puppies up there, but I think they're going to play. Right. They're going to play hard. They're too young not to know better. Right? The Bama guys. They're going to play hard because they're conditioned.
They got one guy that's Temple tough, Matt Ioannidis.
Yeah, they're going to be tough. Now, we're going to win the game. I'm just saying that, don't assume blowout. Like, there's ways that they can win the game. Like, they pressure Nick, and he makes bad decisions and throws a couple picks. Not saying it's going to happen.
Well,
now he's hot. So
to me, the whole thing centers on Adrian Peterson.
Well, can we stop the run?
Because I think they're going to feed him probably 25 to 30 times.
They got to. But that's not the part I'm scared of. I see him getting 70 yards. 70 yards, 20 carries. Because I see us lighting the score up.
I hope you're right.
I see us. Well, this is the thing. I got between Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles as my quarterback for the championship week of my fantasy.
You can't. No. You can't come in here talking about what quarterbacks are going to do based on the fact that they're on your fantasy team.
Hey,
that is a straight-up violation. And look, you're talking to two guys that won fantasy championships last week.
Hold on, Jay. What am I backpedaling for, brother? What did I backpedal for? I said that it's a tough game. I said if you had to ask out of 1 to 10 which one I'm more confident in, I'm telling you that the Vikings go and beat the Bears. I'm telling you I'm a 10 out of 10. I'm more of an 8 out of 10 on us going down and beating Washington. That's still pretty confident.
No,
what the hell?
For me, flip that.
What the hell did I backpedal on? Somebody
that.
tell me what I backpedaled on. Did I say it's going to be a tough game? That's a backpedal? Now I'm backpedal city? If I'm backpedal city, then I'm going to say the Eagles are going to win 41-21, and that's a backpedal. I didn't backpedal on shit. I'm giving you my honest opinion. Washington always plays us tough no matter what the situation is down in Washington. Always. Do I feel like we're going to win? Yes. Well, Washington's been mediocre for years when we've been damn good. And guess what? Every time we go down there, it's a close game.
Yeah.
We win, but it's close.
I got news for the people, too, by the way.
Tell me backpedaling. You come in, there's an extra chair, and then come to talk backpedal, talk with me.
That's going to be a Philly takeover.
Oh, it is.
Dude, there are like tickets on StubHub 12 rows off the field for under $150. I mean, like, I've been eyeing this stuff up now for 3 days. Like,
You thinking about going?
I'm thinking about it.
I want to jinx us like that. See,
Oh!
like, I don't make the ride.
Whoa.
Not you, me. I'm not going to go down and spend the money because then I know what's going to happen. By halftime, the Vikings are up by 40.
Look, I'll take
you know what I mean? And it's like, what the hell?
I'd take the gray beard down there and everything.
No, you have to go. Me?
I don't
Hashtag gray beard.
I don't have that kind of bad luck, but I did go to the Eagles-Cowboys game when we was home. I went to that game with my brother and everybody else. And
All right, so we'll blame you.
They got cold at halftime, so they left. So I was there by myself with 5 seats, just by my damn self. And at that game, I realized that Carson Wentz's arm wasn't as accurate as it should have been.
Well, that's because of the injury.
William,
He'll get that back.
William Gore saying, squad been beat up all year. The fact that they have a shot to get in shows a lot.
Absolutely.
And it shows the mental toughness of this football team and how resilient they are. Every time their back's up against the wall. Mark Brogan chiming in. What's up, brother?
Hey, Mark.
Said, gentlemen, I'm full on the wagon. But
Wait, which one? Eagles wagon or Bears wagon?
Both.
He said, but I'm a nervous guy on the wagon. As a lifelong Eagles fan, I'm a little too used to disappointment.
Yeah, it happens to us.
That's
I'm not gonna
fair.
lie. It does happen to us. I mean, I remember the year Rondé Barber took the pick back at the vet for the touchdown. I remember the year that we threw the interception to Aeneas Williams when we played the Rams, when we had him on the ropes.
Yep.
Greatest show on turf. You know, I remember the year that the Panthers came in there and beat
The list
the
goes on,
shit out
Dennis.
of us.
The list goes on, brother, right? I mean, it just goes on.
On and on.
Dion, what are you drinking, buddy? Because
What's
I
up,
got
Dion?
you. I got you here, buddy. Real quick, David Rosca.
What, did he come on Facebook? Did I miss him?
Oh, hold on. I'll get to that in a second. David Rosca, is there going to be a lazy booking tomorrow night? I don't believe it's going to be on the air, but Chrome might be doing something in the Real Talk group. Hit Chrome up for info on that.
I got you, David. It's off. It's off for a month. He's coming back strong after in February.
Okay.
That's what I believe from the Chromer.
right.
Chrome's in the chat, so just tag him, Dave.
Yeah. Dion said, I was looking for you guys over on Facebook. Then I went to my YouTube page and boom! so I'm staying on this side then. Zuck out of pocket now.
I love it.
I love it. I love when people hammer the Zuck.
Yeah. William Gore says, also don't like the field. It's even worse than the vet. Talking about Washington Stadium. James Wilder, division rival isn't going to roll over and let you have a chance at the playoffs. Doesn't mean we lose. And that's all I was saying. That if you like, I don't think we're going down there and blowing them out. I think it's going to be a close game that we win. Now, I don't understand. Again, I'm going to mention again, in no part did I backpedal away from something. I think they play us tough all the time. You can go look at the last 5 years down in Washington and somebody tell me when we blew them out. Because I'm not even going to go look because there's no notes, period. Somebody go find me that. Maybe Rob will. But somebody go find me the last 5 years in Washington, and I guarantee that we didn't roll them one time. I guarantee we didn't roll them.
5 years?
The last 5.
Is that 2013, right? Is that the year that Vic went and put
Shit,
up
Dennis.
No,
5 touchdowns? Or was that 2012?
I think that might have been 2012.
Don't do that to me. Damn it. I was feeling so good about that.
Wait. What about the time we played in the first game of the season? What year was that?
But we didn't roll them. The Carson year?
No,
last year?
that was Chip Kelly's first year. What year was that? Chip Kelly's first year?
I think it was 2012.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. You good. 5 years, you good.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, you good.
Or maybe I'll say 4.
I'm trying to think. When did Chip start? It would have been.
I remember Chip's first game. We blew him out so bad that we started doing plays that wasn't even heard of, that they didn't even know what the fuck
Well,
to do.
hold on with that, though. Chip, if you remember, though, Chip's first game, they opened up a huge lead, but they let Washington get back into that game in the second half.
Yeah, a little bit.
The one where we completely smoked them was the game where Vic came out on the first play of the game.
To the bottom of Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, threw like an 88-yard touchdown to Deshaun.
They all come together.
I think where they're getting you with the supposed backpedal is when I said that I believed that the defense was going to fold it up because of Swearinger, and you kind of agreed with that, but then you said that you don't feel like the front four is going to mail it in. And I think there's a happy medium there, because what I feel like is I don't feel like anybody on that defense is going to mail it in, but I don't think they're going all out either. I don't think you're going to see guys selling out, risking injury to make a play that they may or may not be able to make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, for them, like, it's week 16. If they can get to the quarterback, they're going to get to the quarterback, but you're not going to see them selling out to try to make plays just for the sake of making plays and risking injury, because they just want to get out of there healthy.
I don't think they're going to make that. I see what he's talking about where you said you backed out, because if your defensive coordinator cuts your best player on defense, then what does that say about the rest of us?
Well, I'll tell you what it says right there.
He shouldn't have
You
opened his
gonna
mouth.
piss off pros? I mean that's how I look at it. You got a bunch of pissed off dudes on defense now, and sometimes a lot of pissed off dudes play a little hungrier. I'm not saying they're going to sell out. I'm not saying they're going to give it everything they got out there, but I feel like it's a pissed off defense down there. They've been pissed off for a few weeks now. This isn't just starting. They've been pissed off with their fans. They've been pissed off with this. That defense always shows up. Now, offensively, they're not good enough, right? We can all agree there. But to me, that defense just always shows up. Josh Norman's a guy who I think he's a crumb, but he always shows up. He's always physical. I mean, that kind of stuff carries over. Ryan Kerrigan's a pro. I'm just not – like, we got Brian Powers saying we roll him with Nick. Like, I mean, and he's saying he's going to throw 400 yards again. Listen, brother, I'll take that bet.
It's never easy down there.
I'll take that bet. And if anyone wants to bet me, I will bet you money that Nick Foles doesn't throw for over 350 on Sunday. I'll put money. Load it up to me, because I'll take every bet. I think he plays well. I'll give you my numbers for him, but I don't think he throws for 350. Dude, it's hard in this league, fam. It's hard in this league to go back-to-back 400-yard games. Like, it's hard, dude. It's hard. They're going to do everything they can.
Wait. I got a question for you. Do you remember the last quarterback that done it, that played for the Eagles?
They go back-to-back 400?
Back 400-yard games.
That's got to be before my time, right?
No.
It's not?
No.
It's either Donovan or Vic.
No.
I didn't. No, it's somebody you wouldn't think. It's got to be.
Jeff Garcia.
Oh, Bobby Hoying.
No.
Oh, shit. No, not Bobby Hoying. No, not Bobby Hoying.
And it's not Jeff Garcia. Coy
Who?
Detmer.
Who?
Corn on the cob.
Kevin Cobb?
Kevin Cobb?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
That was going to be my next one, too.
Corn on the cob.
So Dion says he's got 2 6-packs of Mad Health, 11% alcohol. Attaboy, Dion. Two Gun Tommy said, we got screwed on them changing game time, but I guess we got ourselves into it. See, I disagree with that. And if you look at what the NFL did, every game that means jack shit got pushed to 1 o'clock, and all of the games
They
that
just
actually
switched games on today?
Yeah.
Like when,
Monday?
Monday?
This was Sunday. They did it Sunday night.
Oh, okay.
Every game that means nothing got moved to 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Every game that means something got pushed to either 4:25 or the big one, which is basically the Titans and Colts. Winner gets in, loser goes home, and it's
Sunday
for that
night.
division. That got moved to Sunday night. So the NFL is not dumb.
Here you go.
They know what they're doing with the ratings boom.
Here you go. And Andy Ritter got us, right? Mm-hmm. He said since 2010, Eagles and Redskins have split it down the middle, 8-8. Okay? And he said that winning that big game was back in 2010.
Okay.
So that was all the way back in 2010. So you got to go really back where we went down there and rolled that ass. Now, do we win? I'm going to say it again to the back pedal, guys. Yes, we're winning the football game. But it's not blowout city going down there. You got to fight and claw to win. You think it's going to be any different than the whole goddamn season? This whole goddamn season been claw and fight. Who the hell have we blown the hell out? Like, when are now we're blowing people out?
We
Giants.
blew out
Once.
the Giants.
Once. And that was Carson for all you Nick guys, too. Okay?
Yeah.
All you guys,
But
big Nick in your mouth.
If you remember, I'm a Nick Foles guy.
I'm a Nick, too. I'm a Nick Foles guy, too.
But I'm a Carson guy, too.
I just keep it 100 with the family.
Carson's
Why
one of your
can't we like
sons, right?
both?
That's one of your sons.
Yeah, one of my kids, yep.
Yeah.
Who's the other kids?
Nick.
Nick.
Joel.
Nick was like more a step kid. Oh, Joe's a big-time kid of mine.
Okay.
Like, I went to Cameroon and brought him over.
Okay.
Like, that's how much of a kid he is. I took the flight.
He's got 5 kids. He had 4. One's like recently adopted. So it's Carson and Nick.
Okay.
It's Joel, Odubel, and now he's like wavering on Carter Hart.
Yeah, Carter could be a kid. Odubel, Dyfus got involved. I got a little handsy with Odubel towards the end of the year. I was done with his act. But I got a lot of kids. I mean, I do. I'm trying to think, more Eagles. I got more kids on the Eagles. Like Nelson's a kid of mine.
Nelson Aguilar?
Yeah, he's one of my sons.
Yeah,
Jalen's
a kid.
Son? Last year?
He was when he was drafted. He was his son.
When he was drafted, he was his son?
Yeah. I stuck with him, too. I didn't waver.
Oh, no.
I didn't waver.
Listen, I fell off of Markel Fultz. I want to get this live on TV. I fell off of Markel Fultz.
Well, Markel was one of his kids, too.
Was a kid.
Gave him up for adoption.
Another Dyfus.
I fell off.
I'm the reason his shoulders hurt.
If we could trade him for Dennis Smith Jr., package, hurry up.
Oh, yeah.
Hurry.
Good luck with that.
Where you at, Cubes? I'll do that deal in a minute. James Wilder says that Herrera was put up for adoption. Greg says, don't forget about Markel. William Gore says 10-point win, and that's a push. And listen, 10-point win is something I could see.
Wait, what's the spread? What's the spread? What did they give us?
Is it 10?
I honestly don't.
I haven't looked at it.
I'll look it up in a second. I'm usually 6.5. We got.
And
I legitimately do not look at spreads of Eagles games. Like I want no.
I don't
part
bet
of
on
that.
them because it's an
I always
emotional
bet on
bet. I don't bet them because it's an emotional bet. That's why I don't bet on them.
But where are we at? Andy says every other match has been super close within 2 touchdowns every other game. Shaquan Gitters, what's up, brother? He said Eagles all day. Shaquan, you said something else up earlier in the chat. Re-put in what you said. Sean Spielman said Nick Foles, 19 for 33, 198, 2 picks and a TD. Eagles 13, Redskins 10.
Oh.
So
that sounds so damn believable.
So, and Jesse.
That's from a Giants fan. Come on.
Well, I mean, I think
it's not out of the realm of possibility.
I'm more 2-1 with Nick. Okay, he's going to make a mistake this week because Nick's known to throw a pick or two because he's a gunslinger.
Right.
Okay, so he's probably going to throw a pick. But how about no strip sack this week? Hold on to the football. I think he can throw for 3 teams.
Here you go. Two Gun Tommy says, "I'm going to catch hell for this, but I love Foles and think he's good. But I can't wait for him to be gone. I'm tired of the Wentz and Foles debate. Wentz is the future."
But
where are you going to catch hell from?
Who said that?
Two Gun Tommy.
Two Gun Tommy. I need you to write the answer to this question. If Foles go back and win the Super Bowl for us this year,
stop it.
What do you do?
Dude, we talked about this.
I just want to know what do you do, Two Gun Tommy? Tell me what do you do? To all you listeners out there, tell me what would you do if Foles goes and wins the Super Bowl this year? Somebody give me an answer to that.
I got your answer.
And the Eagles are 7.5 in Delaware.
Go ahead.
It's an easy answer.
Go ahead.
I extend him. I extend him, and I trade him wherever the hell he wants to go. Okay? And whatever you want to give me back, so win. Whatever you want to give me back. You want to give me back a 3rd-round pick, I'll take it. Because I am not in the business of trading Carson Wentz. Because I will promise you something. He will haunt our asses for years. You want to talk about nightmares? You want to talk about the boogeyman and shit? Carson Wentz will be triple the boogeyman. He'll be triple boogeyman. Okay? Because it'll be.
Here we go. Think about every Phillies and Sixers young guy that we have traded away that has come back to haunt us, and multiply that by 1,000, and that's what's going to happen.
We talking about recent Sixers and Phillies?
Oh, just over the years.
Okay.
Most guys come back and whoop our ass. Most guys come back and whoop our ass.
It hasn't been Michael Carter Williams. I'm going with the Sixers right now.
Don't talk to your bros.
I'm trying to think of Sixers that have been traded away. Nerlens Noel hasn't done anything.
Jesse, let me wake you up at what goes on in the inner workings here in Philadelphia, Bay, because you're a Cowboys fan, okay? To tell me you can't sign him because he's got a team option. You can put that money into an extension, babe, okay? It's contracts 101. You can give him a 3-year deal worth $60 million. He still gets his $20 million a year, and he rides off into the sunset with some other team. Because at this point, he's going to be 30 years old, going on 30 years old, 31 next year when Carson's 26. It's a no-brainer. You didn't draft Carson Wentz to deal him. But I don't want to keep getting into the Carson Nick thing because I could do it all day. You know what I mean?
I got you.
I love them both. We should love them both.
I'm going to say this last piece right here. Jacksonville should take Foles. That way they'll have a better sense of their offense.
And the way they can run the ball, Dennis, it'd be a perfect fit for him.
Dion said, this is going to sound corny right now, but I told multiple people this. Redskins game would get switched from 1 to either late or 4:30. It came to fruition. Now, go Bears. Hector Nation says, I'm a Foles guy, but I like Wentz. Bryce Blackwell says, Eagles 30-20, Cox and Foles players of the game.
Nice. We're going to get into that in a minute. Yep.
Bryce also says, if Foles wins the bowl again, sign and trade Foles.
Yep.
I agree with Tom.
Yep. I mean, I'm just here for you guys. I'm here for you guys.
I'm here for y'all too, but there's a question I had to ask.
That's a great question.
Gongos 951 says, if
question.
Foles actually had the Wentz-level talent, he could be a Hall of Fame quarterback. The man has ice water in his veins, but his talent level is limited.
Absolutely.
You can say that, but if you look at his draft class, there's only 2 guys better than him.
I want to.
Out of I think what the 5 that got drafted.
I know what he means though, like athleticism.
I was just going to say that. I was going to dig into that for a second.
He's got a cannon.
I don't think his talent is limited. I think it's the athleticism.
And he doesn't have the zip.
He's not a mobile guy, and he doesn't have the zip.
Yep.
But he's smart. He makes the right reads. He makes the right.
But no, what he does really well is he can throw a deep ball like nobody's business.
That one he did Nelson Aguilar was on the money. I mean, you couldn't pick the better ball on that one.
But we talked about Carson, right? Carson's better throwing on the run deep than he is in the pocket deep.
Right.
So I think that's affected him this year because he didn't move around as much because of the knee. But that was something he did really effectively last year. Remember the Seattle game? On the run, throwing dimes. You know, so Carson's better throwing deep on the run.
But Nick Foles, some of his, like that duck he threw in the Rams game, but it was 2 guys there to catch it. But he threw a duck up.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like sometimes with Nick Foles, you'll get those. Like, he'll throw a duck, and then the next one he'll throw it be like on a rope. Like, you couldn't hand it off.
Oh,
Nick's the biggest definition of hot and cold.
Oh, yeah.
Like, at times. Like, he can be scorching like last week, or he can be back foot Nick and throw 2 picks.
Two Gun Tommy says, do y'all think it's a distraction? I don't, because I think Doug is doing a real good job of managing it.
Well, you know what? I think them 2 laugh at us. Right? Like, them two are so close. Now, does it hurt Carson deep down that he's not playing? Absolutely. He's a competitor. If it didn't bother him not playing, I would have an issue with him, and I would want to trade him. So, of course it bothers him. But I honestly believe that them 2 are so close. Carson's such a good teammate. Nick's such a great teammate. They're both great for each other. I don't think at all, because I can look at Carson's demeanor on the sidelines like we all used to do with Donovan all the time. I look at the way their relationship, the way they hugged after the game, just everything. Like, them 2 feed off each other. Them 2 try to make each other better. So I don't buy into it being a distraction at all. The only distraction is the media in this city and dopes like Missinelli that you want to talk about flip-floppers. There's a definition of a flip-flop. Because the guy wasn't sold on Foles, which doesn't really make sense because, I understand that I'm a Carson guy more than a Nick guy, but I'm still sold on Nick. But then he wants to come out after that win against a Houston team, and then now he wants to say, I would trade him for Saquon and a number 1. That's flip-flop city, babe, because there ain't nothing Nick can do this year that makes me trade Carson. And I love Nick, but it's just the way the business
works. I'm not trading him for Saquon either.
And Bobby May says the Birds should have had Wentz sit out a little longer this year. He was rushed back. Yes, and I don't disagree with that. But we all wanted him, didn't we?
But why was he rushed back? Because Nick went out there on opening night and looked like shit, and then went down to Tampa and threw for a lot of yards, but a lot of it was garbage time after Tampa had already built up a big lead.
No, but that's because Fitzmagic. He came through and he went up 21-0 in the first half. But I can't put that all on Nick because our defense, hell, it was one play O.J. Howard went across the middle, got pitched
but here's the thing. But nobody's putting it on Nick. But what I'm saying is people want to say, well, you look at the season, he started 1-1. Okay, yeah, he started 1-1. He didn't play exceptionally well in either game. People were begging for Carson to come back for that Indy game.
We were on that week. People were begging. People were jacked up, and now half of you flip flop on the guy, and now he's not good enough to you. But I got to go one right because we got to address this. I'm tired. And Wilson says, "Do you think Nick runs the team better?" Guys, Wilson, you're falling into this same trap. Okay, he doesn't run it better. Did we miss last year? Like, I don't want to keep going back to this, but we were 11-2, and we were lighting people up offensively. So can we stop with the Nick runs the offense better? Because at no point in any game Nick played was it as electric as that offense was last year when Carson was in. Was it good? Did Nick light up the Super Bowl? Did Nick have some big games? Yes. But consistently as effective, that offense was scorching hot last year.
Why don't we talk about the fact that Doug has to dumb down the offense for Nick, which is why it looks like it's being run more efficiently.
I can't even say that. If you notice, do y'all notice that the players on the team are playing better. I'm going to say that. I'm not even going to say Nick and Carson.
Well, you know why?
But the team is playing better. Like, the wide receivers are excited that they're getting the ball and it ain't just going Ertz. And you got the defense where Maddox is looking like a true corner this week.
Yep.
And you're like, well, damn, where he been at?
Well, that's the problem. Or not the problem, but that's the thing is, why does it look like they're playing better? Because the secondary's getting healthy, because the wide receivers are getting the ball a little more, because Alshon is probably healthy now for the first time since his offseason surgery.
I think Alshon was cool the whole
And
time,
I think,
but
and I think a lot of guys
he wasn't getting a lot of targets.
Okay, and that's fine. I got no issue with that. But I think what happens is a lot of guys go, "Oh shit, the backup quarterback's in again. We need to step it up."
Well, Jake Brown says
that's what I feel.
Jake Brown says they rally around him. Well, I think they rally around both. I agree with that, Jake. But if we haven't noticed,
I don't know. I ain't seen no shrine for Wentz.
Have we not noticed this?
If you look in Jake Long, Chris Long's locker room, it's a whole shrine for Nick Foles in there.
No, I know, and that's just to like try to get.
That's a goof.
But listen,
I ain't seen one for Wentz.
this is a fact of the matter. Okay, all right. Where was I at? I was reading. They rally around him. Okay, yes, but this is what happens with this football team, and we saw it last year. When nobody believes or stops believing in this team, you get their best effort. Okay, That's why you've gotten their best effort the last 2 weeks. There ain't a team in the National Football League, and this is unbiased, this is just factual, over the last 2 years. When their back's against the goddamn wall, there isn't a better football team in the National Football League than the Philadelphia Eagles right now, with their backs against the wall. When nobody believes or they're done. And I think that's part of it. And listen, I think Nick's a great leader too. They both are. Yeah. But to act like Carson, just like all of a sudden isn't this guy, it's just driving me crazy. But there's tons of more comments. Okay, well, if he gets the ball out faster, dude. Did he get the ball out fast the first 2 games of the year? No. So just stop with the small sample size bullshit. Jake Brown says underdog mentality is back.
Yeah, baby, I like it. I ain't gonna lie. Put the dog mask on. Matter of fact, I like the robber mask that they got when they get turnovers. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one too. Shaquan says the front four is balling. Definitely. Getting after the quarterback helps everything out. And then Mike Royal says, what did he say? He said something that he said, another Super Bowl you wouldn't trade, Tommy? Are you out of your effing mind? I told him to hold.
I feel you on that one. Thank you. Because I thought it was just me that was saying that. But
I don't care. I don't care if Nick throws for 350 every goddamn game from here on out into the Super Bowl and 4 touchdowns a game. I am not in the business of trading Carson goddamn Wentz. I'm not. There's nothing anybody can do to change my mind. It's my son. You think I'm just going to give him up? It took me a while to give up a Duble to get Davis involved. You think I'm just going to let them in the house again? This is my baby.
All right, so Two Gun Tommy says Doug's got a very complex offense, and he asks Wentz to do a lot more. More complex might not be the word, but just more with his ability. I agree with that.
I agree with that. But I just don't understand how it's 3rd and 7 and it's always going to Ertz. That's what I don't understand. At least last year, Nelson Aguilar was getting in that motion.
That's not entirely accurate, and I'll tell you why. We talked about this last week.
Okay.
His completion percentage to Ertz is far higher than it is to the wide receivers. But the target share actually is a lot closer than people realize. Problem with him is with the knee, with the lack of mobility and the lack of confidence in the offensive line, he's not working the ball down the field to wide receivers as accurately as he was last year.
And I think this offseason, when he takes the wide receivers on that North Dakota trip again, he'll get better.
It's going to be a lot of work. You're exactly right.
I said ad nauseum. When you don't have an off season, that affects everything.
That's what I said.
So I mean, I just think
this was like the off season for him.
This is a free pass year for Carson. That's why I'm just not riding him and not getting on him. I understand there was him not getting the ball out quick enough. I understand some accuracy issues. I understand he wasn't perfect and he was inconsistent this year. When he was hot, he was hot. But he didn't start games off well. We talked about that could be attributed to the back. Where the back's tight the first 2 quarters, but as you get moving, that back loosens up, and now that second half you're better. I don't know. I'm reaching.
But no, you're not reaching because at the same time he didn't have a run game. That's what I was upset about. We should never let go of LeGarrette Blount.
Well, Two Gun Tommy says his stats will be way better next year coming off the ACL.
Yeah. But I just want to remember all these people. Yeah. I want to remember all you guys like Wilson, who sits here every Sunday with me, and you're going Crumb City now. Because the shots you're taking at this kid, I will remember it every game next year, and I'll screenshot and expose asses on the show. Because you aren't allowed back. I never quit on Nick. You quit on Carson. That's a crumb. That's why I don't even like doing shows with you.
Well, there you go. Here's what Two Gun Tommy says. He's backing you up. He says, Nick is doing his job. That sums it up. He's a backup, and then in big old capital letters, doing his job. And then Dion actually says, Dion makes a great point here. He says, guys, I'd play Wentz, but if we make the playoffs, remember we should have kept A.J. Feely at quarterback against Carolina years ago when the chemistry was off.
Boo, that's wrong. Boo.
When 5 got rushed back, you always stick with the hot hand.
No, and he got the wrong year. The year that he's talking about is the year when we played Tampa Bay in the Link. That's the year he's talking about.
I think he's talking about the game at the Link, the first year the Link opened.
We didn't have AJ the first year. He got traded. He got traded to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't AJ. It was Coy.
Well, whatever.
Either way.
Let me clarify. You always start Donovan McNabb. Okay? And I know people aren't Mr. Donovan here. I was a Donovan guy.
I'm Mr. Donovan.
I was a Donovan guy. We read into way too much in this city. And I told you last week on Wednesday, I told you Sunday, stop with the Carson hate. Because you're going to make this kid sour on you. And I don't think this kid can sour on anybody. But if this continues, it's going to turn into the same thing as Donovan. But the difference is the long-term extension isn't done yet.
Here's why it's not going to happen, at least my opinion, is because whenever Donovan got pulled out of a game, he was sour. And you go back and you watch. He never, ever was helping out Cobb. He was never helping out Coy. If he was dressed and he wasn't in the game, he was on the sideline doing his own thing. Let me finish. When he was hurt, it was a different story. If he was in street clothes or whatever, entirely different story. But you see Carson now, it doesn't matter if it's Nate, if it's Nick, if Carson is dressed, if he's not dressed. Carson is the same guy with his other quarterbacks all the time.
Yep, and they are with him too.
And I think that's why it works.
I understand that, but at the same time, I've seen things where McNabb was sort of like Brett Favre was to Aaron Rodgers. They would talk and get things together, and they'll go, he'll talk to Todd Detmer. He used to have communication with Todd Detmer. He had communications with Kevin Cobb and Jeff Garcia.
Why? Okay, let me ask you this. Why is it that every quarterback who has played behind McNabb has never had a good thing to say about him? And none of them have ever had a good thing to say about Donovan.
If you're going about somebody having a good thing to say about somebody, then you're going to be waiting for a while.
Nick has nothing but love for Carson, so I'm just asking the question.
I never heard anybody say anything good about T.O. He's a Hall of Famer.
I'm a McNabb guy. I love him. I loved him. But
I don't know about no quarterbacks.
The guy was all about himself.
Wait a minute. Michael Vick was a quarterback that played after him. He said they got a lot of great things to say about McNabb.
Well, I think that was because Donovan had to go to bat for Michael Vick to get him back into the NFL.
Well, he also recruited him to Syracuse, and he didn't go. So.
Well, there's that, too.
Yeah,
anyway, Gongos 951 says Donovan had a shit personality. The man wasn't a leader. I don't know about
that. Here we go.
I think he was.
Tom, I think I'm about to turn to you, Tom. I think I'm about to get into the camera.
He was tough as nails, and he led by his actions. The problem was his personality rubbed people the wrong way.
He's not a leader. Hey, whoever said that he's not a leader, tell me his best target besides T.O. Tell me somebody that he targeted that made Pro Bowls besides T.O. and Chad Lewis. Anybody.
That's it. Well, he never had wide receivers.
He had C-list receivers. If you did a movie with C-list actors, nobody will watch it.
Hold on, Bobby May. We're not comparing McNabb to Carson.
No.
My comparison was.
Don't ruin the kid, is what he said.
Don't be so hard on him like we were on Donovan and make him sour at all to us. That's all I was saying. Like, this whole I got to like Carson more than Nick shit. Like, Will's trying to say that I'm trying to divide the people. I never have. I've been telling you the whole time you should love both of them. But for the idiots out there, like, I'm not, Carson's the better quarterback. He's our future. That's all my argument ever has been. But let's talk about the game, though, because the family wants to talk about the game and not about all the extra. We get all but.
So who you got for the game ball? Who's getting the game ball?
Well, why don't we back up for a second?
Okay.
Why don't we talk real quick about Chicago and the Vikings and what we see unfolding there, and then we'll circle back around and give our.
I'm gonna give my thoughts on Chicago and the Vikings. I have Tyreek Cohen exploded on the Vikings because their linebackers can't cover.
Okay.
And we've seen that in the Rams game where they exposed them with the linebackers. I see that happening again with Tyreek Cohen out the backfield, exposing those linebackers. I see Mitchell Trubisky having a pretty good game. I see Kirk Cousins throwing an interception, baby. I see Kirk Cousins throwing an interception, and I see Khalil Mack being the returner to Mack he is.
Well, let me ask you a couple questions here, because you kind of contradicted yourself a little bit. So I'm gonna give you a shot to straighten it out. You said that you feel like Tariq Cohen is going to explode because the Vikings linebackers can't cover him. But then you said that Mitchell Trubisky is going to have a decent game.
Yeah, pretty good game.
Wouldn't they kind of go hand in hand? I mean, if you're counting on Cohen out of the backfield as a pass catcher, which is what it sounded like, to me that says that Trubisky is going to show up big and Cohen is going to be the main weapon. And I'm okay with that if that's where you're going, because I think you're spot on. I actually think that for as much as Allen Robinson and Anthony Miller have kind of turned it on over the last few weeks,
I like Anthony Miller.
I do think that the way that they're going to beat Minnesota is with the backs out of the backfield and with Trey Burton. So I'm with you there, but I just want to make sure that you and I are on the same page, because if he's going to use Cohen as a receiver, how good of a game do you think Trubisky's going to have or going to need?
I see about 275, 2 touchdowns.
Oof. I'm with the 2 touchdowns. I think 275 is a big number against Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, listen, both defenses are big boys, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, honestly, if you had to ask me, Minnesota's defense took a tiny step backwards this year.
Agreed.
I don't think they're as dominant as they were last year, but the Bears took a big step forward. And with that front four can get after everybody, and you put them on turf, they're even faster. I think the Bears are built better even on turf. Like, I just think with the guys out of the backfield they have, like a Tariq Cohen, with guys like that, small guys on turf are issues. Now, we know what Minnesota's offense can do, but I think Chicago's defense, sort of washes that out. Like the Diggs and the Thielen, I think it's almost a wash because they can get pressure on Cousins. He doesn't beat winning teams. We know what that number is. Okay, now can they beat him? Sure, they can beat him. It's the NFL. But to me, the Bears match up really good against the Vikings. They just do. It's weird that they do, but they have the positions. They have the corners to be able to match with their wide receivers, unlike on the other side of the football. I think there's some more mismatch nightmares. Like, I think Trey Burton has a big game and helps Philly again. I can smell it, Trey Burton. If he's going to throw 2 TDs, I feel like both could go to Trey. I can see a big play out of Trey Burton because if we're going to get in, we're going to need some of our guys. Like we talked about a Nagy and a Trey.
Nagy, dial it up.
Help the fam out a little bit. I mean, listen, all things being equal, if Trey Burton didn't just win a Super Bowl and didn't sign for that kind of money, that's a guy I wanted back because I think he helped in our red zone last year. And you can see him helping Chicago's red zone a lot this year. But with the money's getting paid, you're not going to bring him back. And then Dallas, to me, is going to be a star in this league, too. So I think it's all going to work out. But I really like Trey.
They talk about Dallas Goedert, not the Dallas Cowboys.
But Trey, from everybody I talked to, who's met him and got a chance to talk to that guy, you want to talk about a leader. You want to talk about a great kid and just a good, genuine, down-to-earth guy. That's Trey Burton. You usually don't get that from guys from the University of Florida.
You don't get it from.
I had to take my little.
You don't get it from any of them Florida schools.
Nope, I had to take a little. I feel you get great guys from Miami. You get great guys.
I'm actually a Vols fan. I'm a Tennessee Vols fan, so
you get winners, but you don't get quality.
No, you don't get quality from the U, but you get winners.
But I think the wild card in this whole thing.
Guys might kill you like Ray Lewis, but you get winners.
I think the wild card in this whole thing could be Dalvin Cook.
That is what I was going to say.
If Cook gets off early and neutralizes some of that Chicago pass rush, it could be a little tougher than we think. I feel like it's going to be a real low-scoring game, though. I'm looking at like a 17-13 Chicago win. I feel like they get 2 touchdowns. They get a late field goal. Minnesota may put up an early touchdown, but then the Bears kind of knuckle up, and they only let up a couple more field goals the rest of the way. There's a reason that the NFC North is called the Black and Blue Division because these guys beat the hell out of each other all the time.
That's what they call it, the Black and Blue Division?
Yep, and you got 2 defensive teams, and I think that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to be, to me, it's a defensive struggle. I got Bears 17-13.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Bears. I got Bears 2017. And I'll tell you what happens here. It's 17-17. Minnesota drives the field. They have been killed by kickers. And he shanks it. The Bears get in good field position. They take it down. Bears kick a field goal to win. I'm telling you, Minnesota misses a big-time kick this weekend. Book it.
I got 24-17.
24-17?
I see their favorite girlfriend going down, trying to make a throw to Adam Thielen. It becomes a pick six.
I love that. I love a little Kirk. Pick six. $84
six.
million. Pick six going the other way.
You like that? We get a double hit from Washington. You like that?
Yeah, double.
You like that?
Double. James Fripp says Bears would be fools to let – this is what we talked about earlier on the show. He said Bears would be fools to let the division rivals get into the playoffs
and
with a win against them.
Right.
They better play their starters. James, they are playing their starters, brother. They're not taking their starters out, unlike some people are trying to put in groups and change people's opinions on it. They're playing all 4 quarters of this football game.
They can get that bye. They can get that. They can move
got
ahead
a
of the
chance
Rams.
to get that bye.
Hell yeah.
And I see that y'all just adopted Matt Nagy like that, you know.
Yeah, well, he's an Andy trait.
He's an
Andy trait.
I understand.
Part of the family.
He was here.
Part of the fam.
We're going to have to beat him, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm not even worried about it. Just give me another week talking Eagles. See, that's how I go. Like, I'm not even worried about who we play in the playoffs, when, where we got. I don't care about none of it. Just give me another week.
Here we go.
That's it, right? That's all we can ask for. Another week.
That's all we want.
Gongos actually takes my score at 17-13 and says Bears up 17-13. Cousins throws the pick six to seal it, 24-13.
Oh,
Listen,
I like it.
Y'all are wild, though, if you don't think that they're at least missing one field goal in that game. If you know Minnesota and their history with field goals.
It might be an extra point.
Could be an extra point.
Could be an extra point.
It could be.
And how ironic would it be, though, that they now have, like, Rob, help me out with this because you're a Cowboys guy. Bailey.
Dan Bailey.
Is he the most accurate kicker in NFL history or top 3 or something like that?
Yeah, he was up there, though.
He was at one time. He definitely set the Dallas Cowboys
and
franchise
then he kind of
record.
fell off, and they let him go, and now he's with Minnesota.
Well, then he get banged up.
How ironic would it be?
He had a groin injury yesterday, so he wasn't really that shoddy. He just wasn't in.
Right.
And he was due for a big pay raise, so they wanted to pay Meyer a lot less money for a kid that is hitting just about the same percentage of field goals.
So James Rogie says we so need this chance. If Birds get in, we're going to the house. Foles, buddy. I don't disagree with you because now if you win this game, now your winners are 5 of your last 6.
Nobody wants to play us.
And then nobody wants to see it. Like I said in the video earlier this week, nobody wants us to get in, but the Bears sure as hell don't want Minnesota to get in. They would much rather us come play them there, and the way we're banged up, than to see Minnesota again the following week.
Tristan, what's up, buddy? Tristan chimed in and said, "What's up, boys?"
So you guys were saying that the linebacking core for Minnesota won't have the speed to keep up with Tyreek Cohen. That is correct? Right. So don't you think that'll favor Mitchell and his running game too?
Yep.
To where maybe he could put up 275 total yards.
A lot of RPOs and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, you mean total yards?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like maybe putting up 60, 80 rushing yards for, his let's say that's 75 rushing yards and 200 passing yards.
Okay.
That'll get the job done.
Yeah, Bobby May says Bears will definitely have a pick TD. Joshua De Jesus says Bears 23-20. Mike Royal says Bears 24-13. Ralphie D says absolutely, just give me another week talking Eagles football. Christian Carroll says Eagles got to win because Clintack and the Phillies aren't doing crap. That's true. Dante Moore says if we get in the playoffs, we win the bowl. Love it, brother.
See you in ATL, baby. See you in ATL.
James Rogie says they scared as hell to play us. Mike Rule said it's all about clicking at the right time. That's the time is now. Let's go. You know it. And can you read that one? That's a tricky name for me. Kaliji?
Khalil Amari.
Khalil Amari. Look, I got that. Hey, fellas, love A2D Radio. Thanks, brother. Aaron. I'm not doing last names. I'm not like a substitute teacher.
Let me see.
Look a substitute teacher right now. Gotta go to Mike.
Who you are.
You gotta know.
Bad teacher.
Bogdansky.
All right, you heard it. Adam Bogdansky. Bears are going to win 24-20. Dan Bailey is going to miss a game-tying extra point late in the fourth quarter, and the Bears will drive down. Pretty much exactly what I said, brother. Great minds think alike. Rob Brinkman said, Cowboys. Who would you rather play if you're Chicago, a Red Hot Eagles team or complete stiffs like Cousins. Listen, I get where you're going, Robbie Brink, but let me tell you something, brother. You don't want to play your division rival for the third time. You just don't. Dante Moore, love all the way from Orlando, Florida. Fly, Eagles, fly. Oh, love it, brother. Thanks for chiming in with us.
Dion
I love our family. We got family from everywhere.
You know what?
Dion says Bears versus Birds, wild card Saturday night. Chicago would rather face our DBs rather than having to face the Vikings DBs for a third time.
Absolutely.
That don't mean they
Whose offense scares you more, though? Like, I understand Kirk Cousins is a flake in big games, right? I get that. But let's just, on the surface, what offense and team, and I'm Mr. Eagles, right? I get it. We're banged up. We're smoking mirrors, playing tough and getting it done right now, right? Honestly, who are you more scared of? Like, obviously, we're hot, so you're going to be scared of us, but you're more scared of seeing that talent come into your building. That's a defense that can travel well. We know they travel well, right? And it's an offense that can light you up for 30 on any given day.
The only offense.
You can say that, Mike, but then again, we are the defending champs.
Oh, I know.
Right, but here's the thing.
Just looking for reasons.
Right now,
for reasons. I'm searching.
Right now, the only offensive skill position that we have over them is tight end. Both of their wide receivers are better than ours.
Right.
Their quarterback is probably a wash with Nick, and Zach Ertz is better than Kyle Rudolph. Their offensive line is way better than ours. Their defense is better than ours.
All right.
So
their defensive line ain't better than ours. I think we got one of the best defensive lines in the business.
Well, we do.
Their front seven's better.
Yeah.
7. Yeah, that's 7. We just talking about D-line.
Yeah, 7's better because they're linebackers. The linebackers,
they got us.
Linebackers put them over the top.
Dude, they got moose knucks on their defensive line.
Yeah, they do.
It's the same defensive line that we talked about coming in here for the NFC Championship game last year, and we went, oh, they're tough. They got moose knucks.
Wells, I love that you want to take shots, okay? The chair's open for you, you moron. What did I mush? Did I mush predicting us going to the Super Bowl last year? Did I mush that? You're such an asshole. You got so much to say, but when you're sitting right next to me, you got nothing. Because I bury you like I do to most dudes who want to come in, puff your chest out, tell everybody that you don't need criteria emails because you know it all, and then you get ruined. So you're 0 for the century against me. I love you to death. I'll put you in my wedding party again, but you're a crump. Okay? Again. If me and Len did like a little 10-year, you know what I mean? Like we did a vow.
How long have been married?
I'm glad you qualified that as a renewing of the vows.
What are you doing to me, Dennis? God damn it. Going on 3 years.
Oh, man. I've been married 3 years. I'm about to be 4 years. Oh, man.
Here, if you need that back on.
So I'm clearly the only smart guy in the room. We'll be Rob.
It's debatable.
Mike Rule says our safety Jenkins is better. Listen, our secondary would have been better if McLeod didn't go down. That was a tough loss. Mike Rule says no, our front line is better. O-line and defense.
Question: is this McLeod's last year?
No, he's good. He was signed like a 4-year deal when he got here.
I think it's been 4 years though, hasn't it?
I think he's got another one. I'm pretty sure Rodney's back. Now, no, Darby and Jay are done off the books.
Deuces. They both.
But guess what? I'll take them both on a 1-year deal. Prove it. You won't come prove something to me.
TTP ball and hashtag FTR Merry Christmas A2D.
What's up, TTP?
Is that FTR fuck the revival? Because if it is, I love you.
Don't like the revival?
So, fam, we got 2 minutes. Then we're going to head over to the YouTube side of things, and that's where we're going to do scores, predictions, offensive, defensive player of the game. Come over there. Listen to me. I've been begging you guys all year. It could be the last time we do it, okay? I don't think it is, but it could be.
It ain't going to be.
All right? But come over there because
we want to give you our money.
We're trying to give you money. All you got to do, offensive, defensive player of the game, both. A score prediction, screenshot it. You can post to A2D's Facebook page, okay? Or you can DM us, whatever, okay? Send it over, and I'll pay your ass. But you got to show me. I'm not going through and looking through all of them. I don't got the time. I love you all, but I don't got that time because we're talking about 400 or 500 comments because we're big boy status.
Yeah, you know.
This is what happens. So what happens when we got tons of family.
I ain't big boy status. I'm more so
small. Keep some of these Bears Vikings predictions coming too, because I'm interested to see if the family is it really truly a belief in the Bears or is it they're predicting the Bears because that's what they want to happen?
Of course, what they want to happen.
No. This is a real belief in the Bears for me. I believed in the Bears all year. I believed in the Bears.
I got no problem with that.
I said it was something about the Bears that's going to happen before they even got Khalil Mack. I said, there's something about these Bears that's going to happen to them this year. And I believed in them. I didn't think they was going to win the division.
Well, you know what? Because Nagy's another one of them smart guys from that Andy tree. Like, you know, him and Doug are like, to me, they're really similar, Nagy and Doug, with a lot of their personality and things they say.
Real quick, I know we got to go to break, but I just want to get both of your opinions on this. Two Gun Tommy says Seattle will beat Dallas, especially in Seattle.
Absolutely.
Problem is, it's in Dallas.
They'll beat him in Dallas, too.
So,
Ask most Cowboys fans. They'll be honest about it.
And then Gongo says, I think Dallas versus Seahawks.
I was about to say, what you say?
Dallas versus Seahawks will be like 17-13 either way. Not sure who takes it, though.
I was talking to my cousin last night, and he was like, dude, I do not. He's like, I'm scared. He's like, I don't want to see Seattle. They always beat us.
See, and that's funny because I'm in the same boat with Dallas. Like, I think Dallas, after the donut and bagel burger in Indy, they did a nice job rebounding. But I think Seattle's probably the one team that's going to make the playoffs in the NFC that they don't want to see. I think they could actually hang with all the rest of them.
Nah, they might not want to see us either.
Aaron Bogdowski, I got it probably wrong. My brother-in-law is a big Bears fan. I've been watching them closely with this newly energized defense, and they've shut a lot of people up. They absolutely have, brother. And then it helps. You know, you already had a really good young defense, and you go at the best, one of the best pass rushers in all football, if not the best pass rusher in football, okay? Because you can argue, some people can argue Von Miller with me at times, you know, as a pure pass rush guy. But to me, it's Khalil Mack. But you add that guy, and you just see what it does to a defense. Because when listen, you think Nagy's stupid?
If it's not Khalil Mack, it's Aaron Donald.
Do you think Nagy's stupid? You think Nagy's stupid? You think Nagy didn't watch what made us successful? It's a copycat league, right? So teams see us with our front four that can flat out go after and get you. So other teams would try to implement that. So why you see a lot more DNs go higher, D tackles go higher? Because their teams are trying to beat you up front. Now, they did this for a long time, but then Chicago went and replicated what we did, right?
And you see how much better Hicks is on their team. Their nose tackle. He's way better now.
How did I mush the Sixers, Wells? You're such a fucking issue. I love you. You're such a fucking crumb. I mush the Sixers.
All right, let's go to break. We'll come back and do our.
I guess I'm the reason they lose. I love how I'm the reason that Kyrie gets a role and JJ doesn't. I'm the reason. I'm the reason. The basketball gods just despise me.
Yeah.
That's why they jacked me up with this $100 at Dick's today. I had to get Sixers gear.
Maybe that's the problem. You spend $100 on Sixers gear.
Well, I don't have it.
I know.
We were talking.
You got it.
All right, get us out of here. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, listen. John Abiley says A2D Radio rocks. Fuck yeah, we
Thanks,
do.
John.
Listen, fam, we're not done yet. Head over to YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. You can still comment in. We got to do predictions. We're going to have our predictions. And Mike said we still want your Bears-Vikings predictions. And I need to know, 1 out of 10, how confident are you that we're getting in the dance? And then we'll do 1 out of 10 Sixers.
A 10.
And I want to address, obviously, when we talk Sixers, we got to talk Markelle for a minute. And I know it's going to upset a lot of the family, but I mean, you know, the Raymond brothers are at it again. That, you know, he's going to be coming back. So a lot to talk about, and a lot to talk about what moves need to be made Sixers-wise to be able to win these games on the road, especially in the playoffs. As things moving forward. Tom,
Mike,
AM,
Dennis.
Look at that.
Is your name on the show?
No, but I had to let you know.
He added it.
In the PM.
You
could go after Mike next time.
All right, do it again. Tom,
Mike,
Dennis. I went after you last time. I just thought about that.
ATD Radio, live from the Real Talk Studios every Wednesday night.
I'm fucking done.
Every Wednesday night, we're brought to you by our certified public accountant.
Make them yours.
GibsonMayer.com. Tom Marone, Michael Madrick. Mike Madrick.
This fucking guy.
Dennis Holmes. Robbie Povin, the ones and twos. Family out there, come over to YouTube. We'll do the second half. Round 2, bitches. Let's go.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, is brought to you by Gibson Mayer, LLC, certified public accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Mike from Tom and Mike AM in the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer, LLC, certified public accountants. 215-369-3300. Or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's www.gibsonmayer.com.
You're listening to Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, on a2dradio.com.
Tom Arnone, Big Mikey Smalls, Tom, Mike, AM, in the PM, only on a2dradio.com.
You're listening to Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, here on A2DRadio.com.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Round two, Tom.
Mike.
Dennis.
AM.
In the PM.
HD Radio, live in the Real Talk Studios. Every Wednesday night, we are brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours. Gibson Mayer, LLC. Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com. Tax season right around the corner, family. And I think Gonzo said in the chat, PM and the AM. So we got a lot of family in, so I want to clarify a couple things for the fan.
How do y'all not know by this point what that stands for?
Like, half of you are friends with me on the book, friends with Mike on the book. You both know our last names, Arnone. Mataraki. In the PM.
AM in the PM.
In the PM. Now, here's the big one. If somebody hits this one, it's not trenched in the family or does shows here. Maybe I got a little gift for you. Don't say it, Dennis. What does A2D stand for? What does it stand for, fam?
A2D radio, as Bob Menery would say.
Yep. The best in the business. That's Bob. I can't do Bob's voice. He's way better than me.
Hi, folks. Bob Menery here. You're listening to Tom and Mike, AM in the PM. These guys are the best in the business.
That's good. That's good work. That's good work.
Bob, man, I love Bob too, but I can't do the Menery voice. Menery does a Menery voice better than anyone can do Bob, basically.
So Kyle chiming in and say, wish you could be at the round table Saturday. We're having a round table special.
Come out.
We're having a round table special with the whole fam. It's going to be here Saturday. Bunch of different hosts from different shows. So we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be talking, obviously, Eagles.
Wait. Saturday, doesn't Kyle normally do a show on Saturday?
Yeah, he's still doing his show, though.
Dude, Kyle, you can't push back like a couple hours?
No, he's got something to do in AC. I can't blame the guy.
I don't blame him. That's AC. I don't blame him either.
Todd wanted to, not Todd. Me of everything said smoke a cig for me, Tommy. I'd smoke 2 for you, brother. Aaron chiming in, coming over from the Facebook side of things, saying 24-20 Bears. Todd Womack, agree to disagree all day. Toddy got it. Toddy got it. Toddy.
All day.
Todd, I don't know if we're friends on the book, but
you should be.
But let's get friends on the book or some social media platform, and I'll send you a little something over. Just come over to Facebook. Facebook, you can send dough like this. So come over to Facebook, and I can just maybe I'll send you a little something, a little Christmas gift for you, Dad. What about Portnoy? Portnoy's a fucking crumb. Oh, yeah. Kyle says Menery and Portnoy might fight. Yeah, and we got Bob's back all day because Barstool's a bunch of flakes, crumbs, and half of them have no clue about sports. No clue about sports.
The number one word on this show is crumb.
Crumb.
If you make it to be a crumb, that means you ain't shit. That's what I noticed.
Well, I honestly, God, and Tom can tell you, when I was negotiating the deal with Menery to do some voiceovers for him, I told him straight out, like, we hate Barstool. We hate Barstool, and we think Portnoy's a crumb. And he's like, that's okay.
Yep.
He's like, hey, to each their own. Different strokes for different folks.
That's what it is.
He's like, all right, Bob, you're good.
Yep. I'm not when you label yourself as Barstool Sports, but you're never sports. That's not fun to me. Like, I can go find stupid videos anywhere on the internet. I don't need you for it. You know what I mean? That's just like you took your brand and you went a different direction. Now, listen, we're all proud of you. You're making dough, all right? But when you sell your shit out, he sold out like a little bitch. He lost a little bit of control there. And when you sell out, and he set out to a chick too. But I don't want to talk about them. Fuck them. But TTP says Ben Simmons plays like shit versus good teams for the record. Real talk. I'm done being apologetic. We'll get into Ben in a little bit, but let's
look at that. Dion spreading the love.
I love it. Read that out. That's a good one.
So this is Pove. You'll like this. This is actually Dion's current status right now. Family, friends, again, I'll say it, yet sports fans, all things sports. If you aren't subscribed and liked A2D Radio, Real Sports Talk, every night of the week it's fam talk. Get right. Everything from NFL, NBA, NHL, WWE, boxing, all the way to ants fighting over a piece of bread. Everything in between.
It's happened.
Like the page on Zuck's Creation and like and subscribe on YouTube. Let's go. I tune in all day. Get like me. Peace. Join the fam every day of the week. Hashtag salute.
You know what I love? There's a couple things, right? I love the family that keeps coming back because it means we're all doing something right. Like, it's not, it ain't about me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you keep going back to other shows and you're not just on for instance, you're not just on Wednesdays or you're not just coming in on Sundays, whatever. You're coming in every day of the week, which means everybody's doing something right. And that's why we're trying to change the game. Trying to change the game a little at a time. And I noticed another thing. The more we grow, the more there's so many jerk-offs out there.
Of course.
Oh, my God. Like,
dudes come at you.
Dudes just
they come at you hard.
Dudes
They're
going
jealous.
at my throat on the Brett Brown video today.
Of course.
Like, going at my throat.
I seen that video with you today.
And I was like, dude, what did I say? It was like somebody told me I was biased. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? How am I biased? I'm telling you that the Celtics roster's better than us, so who outcoached who then when we take an OT in their building? For all you fucking guys that look at one play. Oh, look at the one play too. Rewatch it again. Because Ben's got a mismatch if he takes it a fucking rack. But the dude, because he's all LA'd up now and he's living West Coast lifestyle, he's scared. He's scared to go to the fucking line in big spots. That's pussy shit. It's pussy shit. I love Ben. Listen, generational freak, okay? But the superstar game or the top 15 in the league game ain't in the conversation anymore. Because when you can't shoot and you can't make free throws, what do? You're a great passer. You're a great distributor. I get that, okay? In the low block, you can do some things. But overall, listen, killers are born to be killers. You don't one day become a killer. Like Joe's got killer in him, right? Talking about this roster. Jimmy's got killer in him. There's guys that are born with a little kill, right? You can see it. I don't want to take shots at this guy, but he got no killer in him. LeBron, you could talk about LeBron early on not being able to shoot well. He's still a killer. One of the GOATs of all time. Where's Jordan at? He's hanging up somewhere in here, Mike. But Jordan, killer. Kobe, killer. Durant, killer. Steph, killer. Did they just become killers? No, they came out the womb killers.
Kyrie's a killer.
Kyrie, killer. So I'm done with the free passes because he's young shit. He's in his third year playing professional basketball regardless of what the first year was. So when you don't get better throughout 3 years to be able to shoot a goddamn 15-foot mid-range jumper, well, guess what? What work are you putting in?
Here's my question. Year one, all he was allowed to do was stand still and shoot. So what was he doing?
I don't know.
That's a great time to shoot free throws.
Great time. What better time?
Free throws and jumpers.
I'm just sick of it because you see it. You see when he gets physical and has that killer early on in games in the post, right? And you're like, dude, like you could take anybody in this league off the dribble. Anybody.
Who was that guy he dunked on? And was it on Orlando? He dunked on him and he stared at him like that?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this must be a new Ben. And I was wrong again.
Like we need Kendall, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm dead serious about this, and there's no curse here. It's the opposite. We need Kendall in the house every goddamn night. So if we got to get a GoFundMe to help her out, you know she's loaded, we got to do it. We got to make it happen because he plays harder with her in the house. He does. Oh, watch him in the post. Go back and say, Kendall, the game Kendall sat sideline, he was a dog. He was a dog. He was like, oh, I want to make sure that she don't go sleeping with any of my teammates.
How much do you guys value Larry Brown's opinion?
Oh, absolutely.
Wait. It depends on what Larry Brown
says. Well, Larry says...
I got to say that. I'm going to say it.
Larry says whoever says Ben Simmons is a point guard is a moron.
Yep. We're talking about Larry Brown, Coach Brown. Coach Brown. Coach Brown.
Yeah, Coach Brown.
Okay.
L-A-I Brown.
Okay, all right. I agree with Larry Brown on that one.
I think it's a project, okay? And I think Brett would tell you that it's been a project from day one. I don't think Brett's going to run from the project, but the way Brett looked at it is like, dude, I got this guy who's this big, and it's a mismatch. Anybody out in the perimeter with him, and I think what Brett thought is that the jumper would develop, right?
Or maybe when they get late in games, we take him up with T.J. McConnell in.
But the thing is that I think it's hurting Brett because the jump shot never came. So now you see him playing the 4 a lot more, right? But the problem is, and I like TJ because he's tough. Like, I like TJ for 10 minutes. Makes sense? Because he brings you something for, like, that 8-10 minutes where he's a little spark.
Like last night.
But 25 minutes, he's going to get exposed.
Last night, if he'd came in for, like, the last 2 minutes of the game and he was guarding Kyrie, no matter who's guarding Kyrie was going to get his.
Oh, yeah,
We had Butler on him. No matter who's guarding him, he's going to get his. But I believe that T.J. McConnell would have got open and made a shot.
Oh, probably.
That's what I believe.
He would have got somebody an open look.
Right. He would have made the shot.
But that's where Markelle kills us, guys.
Oh, here's
you know what I mean? That's where Markelle really hurts.
And
that should be him.
I know we got to get back to the Birds and our predictions and stuff, but here's another hot take that I want to get your thoughts on. It's Embiid needs to stop calling out his coach and his team.
Well, he didn't really call him out. What he said is that he needed the ball more. I don't think that's calling him out. I think that's he's saying, like, you know what, if it was in my hands, I think I could have completed it.
No, I want my guy wanting the ball.
Right, if you want the ball.
Look at us. Look at us here. Look at us here in this fucking city. I mean, I saw guys attack this dude for 6 turnovers last night. Look at the fucking stat line. Watch the game for a minute, okay? Big men turn the basketball over, especially young ones, okay? I don't give a fuck about the 6 turnovers out of my big man. I care about the 34 and 16 and the rim protection. That's what I care about. Right. Now, TDB says he doesn't like Joe's body language recently. Let's not do this. Let's not body language up. We do that too much, brother. I respect the fuck out of your opinion. I always do, but I'm not. The last guy I'm worried about on this basketball team is Joel Embiid. I got way more issues. You want to talk about guys who didn't get it done last night? You can't go 9 for 21.
No, he's not one of them.
Jimmy, you can't go 9 for 21 from the field, Jimmy, either. Okay, I'm not giving you a pass out of this either.
Right.
You can't go 9 for 21. And JJ, has JJ ever made a game-winning shot in his life? Like, real, I love JJ, but he's a liability defensively. And listen, Greg texted me last night, right? And let's just be real. Let's just call a spade a spade. Right? Greg's like, I love the lineup when we got 4 white dudes out there. Like with all due respect to the NBA, okay, you got to be athletic, okay? I can't run Mike Muscala, fucking T.J. McConnell, J.J. Redick, and one expected to get it done defensively, and then offensively be able to offensive rebound, which is so important. Okay, I'm not saying like white guys can't play basketball because they can. Like, look at Luka, all right? He's a Euro, so it's different. Like, yours is just different. You know what I mean? Like,
I've been talking about Luka for a while.
You know what, though? I'm waiting for the day
like
that
one white dude at a time on the court.
Well,
Let's calm down.
Well, here's what I was going to say. Is I'm waiting.
Shit.
I'm waiting for the day, just by chance, that they wind up rolling 5 white guys out there at one time, and this entire city goes ballistic, because it could happen. I mean,
actually, last year it could have happened because honestly, we had Ilyasova
and then Bellinelli.
Bellinelli. But I mean, they could realistically, they could go TJ, JJ, Furkan, Muscala. Who's my 5th one? I'm missing one.
No, you're not.
All right, so 4 and a big. 4 and Joel.
4 and Ben. I mean, you might as well be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
4 and Ben, like, just, you know. But, no, but, like, Joe's the least of my problems, guys. I'm not worried about body language. I'm not worried about wanting the basketball. I want my best player to want the basketball.
Right.
Okay? Now, I don't think it's a shot at the coach. I think Joe tells you how it is. Do we want our players to lie to us or keep it 100 every day? And Joel Embiid tells you how he feels after games. The guy takes losses hard. He hates losing to that goddamn basketball team. And Ben Simmons minus 17 last night. Now, if you're a big and you're minus 17, well, I got to look deeper into the game. But when you're running the show and you're a minus 17, for anybody who knows basketball out there, you ain't good enough.
No.
That's terrible.
I want Ben to exhibit the same level of frustration that we get from Joe. Because that, to me, then tells me that the passion is there and the drive and the want are all there.
Yep. I want the 1-2. Winners want it. But real quick, this Sixers JT said the Sixers franchise was founded with the sole purpose of losing to the Celtics.
That must be a Celtics fan.
He's not. He's not. He just
honestly,
all right, Birds.
You know, all right, well, this is the last thing we'll say on Sixers Celtics. When we went to the playoffs the last time, 2 times ago, I think it was like 2012, went to the playoffs then, we lost to the Celtics. We blew our whole team up so we get better. Get in the playoffs, then we lose to the Celtics again. And now our whole thing is if we beat the Celtics, we think we have a chance to beat
anybody else.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, the funny part about this, I still think we can beat the Celtics because I think we'll talk about this a little bit later, but I do still think we can beat the Celtics with a couple little pieces, not even big ones. I just think if we can get this bench a little deeper in ways, and that could be Markelle. I don't know. I'm not going to hold out hope or hold my goddamn breath.
I got a guy, but we'll get to it later.
We'll get to it, and we'll go back to Sixers talk. Rob, you got something? Oh, sorry. Thought you were giving me one of these. We'll go back to Eagles talk. We want your score predictions, offense, defensive player of the game, and also give us the Bears one. Chance to win some money from us to you, just like Todd Womack did. Mm-hmm. Score predictions. Who wants to get the party started? And we need offense, defensive player of the game as well.
Guess first.
Okay, offensive player of the game.
Score.
Oh, score first?
Go score and then your 2 players of the game.
Score 28-14 Eagles. Offensive player of the game, I'm going Alshon Jeffrey. Defensive player of the game.
Hate going last.
You can go next then.
No, I don't care.
Defensive player of the game, I'm going to go Jenkins.
That's 2 good ones right there. So 28-14, and you got Jenkins and Jeffries as your players of the game.
Right. Double J.
24-10.
It's about the same.
Offensive player of the game. I'm going to roll the hot hand. I'm going with Hurts. You know, it was that first game with Nick. Nick took a couple shots at him towards the end zone and couldn't connect, and then kind of went away from him. Came back to him this past week, and you saw what happened. He lit it up.
Yeah.
So I'm going Ertz on the offensive side of the ball. And defensive side of the ball, a man who made his return last week and was quietly very, very good, Jordan Hicks.
I knew you was going
to say that. I like that. And I like where you went. I like where you went offensively because I thought it was funny. Like during the game, I posted like, "Oh, are people going to say that Nick targets Zach too much?" Like he's the best tight end in football. You want to get him the football. So you know, I thought he did a good job of getting back to him, like you said, of getting him the football last week and getting him more involved in the offense because you know he has distributed the football well.
Yep.
He definitely has. So. But our big thing, and the big thing with Nick is you got to be able to stretch the field with Nick. And I think teams knowing and game planning for the fact now over 2 weeks that we really stretch the field, right? Now back team's up a little bit on you. So that now can up the run game, the RPO, the quick passing game. All that stuff helps when you can stretch the field.
And here's the thing. Ertz had a huge game last week. There's no denying that. But I believe it was 9 different receivers caught passes.
It was.
So now granted, I mean, Ertz winds up with the largest percentage by far. But 9 different receivers. You can't say that Nick doesn't spread the ball around.
And he broke the record.
Yep.
Shout out to Zach Ertz.
And I actually think some of that was by design, that they wanted him to break the record at home.
Yeah.
So I think there was some targeting going on there, but a lot of his game flow too. And Houston, I mean, we talked about this last week. Houston they have good corners and good safeties. Where they struggle is covering the tight end. It's been like that all year. And what do? You have the best tight end in the NFL. You go out and you exploit that.
Mm-hmm. They put the honey badger on him.
And he beat him quite a bit too.
I'm going to go status quo for the way the last 2 weeks are. I'm going to go 24-20 Birds.
Okay,
and I think Washington has an opportunity, obviously, with the last possession of the football game down in our territory, and they don't score the touchdown. I think it's going to go right off for the last 2 weeks, and that's a little bit of a trend now. Or 2 weeks in a row, teams had the opportunity to get in, and also we held them. So
can I guess?
Yeah, go.
Can I? It's Foles and Cox.
No, I'm not going Foles.
Oh, but you're going Cox.
Oh, I'm always going Fletcher. You know that. 91 always needs to show up if
we
want to win games.
We're like a fucking married couple.
Yeah, you already know.
I'll just finish that sentence for
I would have went Alshon and Cox, but I'm going to switch it up.
You go with Nelly?
Well, if you
go with Nelson.
If you want to go,
you go with your kid.
You got to go with your kid.
No, I'm gonna go Darren Sproles.
Ooh, that's solid.
I'm gonna go Sproles. I'll switch it up there. I mean, he's really helped us the last 2 weeks, big time.
I can see him.
Chucks will be happy with that pick.
And I think he's coming back too because he didn't get the full year of the retirement that he needed, and he's still showing that he's got a little something to him. I
think he comes back 1 year.
Yep.
And now what we see is 1 year. Does he want to come back?
Yep.
1 year. Does he want to come back? And then at some point, the Eagles are just going to say, okay, we're good. If you want to continue, it's going to have to be elsewhere. But I think the Eagles will ride with him for at least another year, maybe 2, if they only have to do it on 1 year deals.
Well, Doug said it today. I would love to have him back, so he's sort of planting the seed.
He's planting the seed.
You know what I mean? Like, hey,
planting the seed with Howie.
You sure you want to leave?
What do you think about Jason Peters?
I think he's done.
I think he's done.
You think he's done? Too many injuries?
Yeah, and then somebody said that they would move, like when we were on the Facebook side, and I shut it down, where somebody's like, oh, you'll move Lane from right tackle to left tackle. We talked about this last year.
Absolutely not.
And my neighbor across the street, right? My neighbor across the street's a monster, 6'6", Moose, played offensive line at West Virginia, right? Said, dude, the footwork, man. It's different footwork from the right and left side. This guy's a Pro Bowl right tackle or caliber one, all-pro guy. You don't move him to the left because now you're hurting 2 positions. You either Big V's either going to be your guy.
No, but Big V plays better on the left.
So Big V's either going to be your guy or you're going to have to draft a guy or whatever. But, Peter's gone. Tristan says Tommy loves when Cox plays hard. I do. I love when that shit's rock solid. Like right up in here. Right.
That was a whole lot of that. I just put all that together. That was a whole lot of that.
It was a whole lot. Things happen.
It's either Long and Cox or Long Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, nice to see Long show up last week. He got off that milk carton finally. Waiting for him all year.
Yeah, y'all kept saying that.
That may have to be our new gimmick for next year. Is every week we have to put a guy on a milk carton.
Yeah, milk carton,
and then keep him there till he comes off.
Yeah. So who do you think then on this entire football team recently over the last 2? Let's say, well, listen, they're winners of 4 of the last 5.
4 of the last 5.
Okay.
I know who you're going to say.
And that goes back to the 2 with Carson. So winners of 4 of the last 5. Out of that stretch, who's been milk cartonish?
You know
still, because I know who it is.
I know who he's
I know who it is.
Are you talking offense or defense?
It doesn't matter. It's big. It's Brandon Graham.
That's too easy.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he's been milk carton for how long?
He's been milk carton all year.
I know, but I'm saying
he's got 5 sacks this year.
It's a down year,
but
man.
He's another one though.
He's injured.
He had.
I know. I'm just saying it's still milk carton.
Short off season injury.
But he thinks that he said he wanted to go try free agency.
No, good. God bless him.
Well, good luck, because listen, his free agency came up at the wrong time. Yep. If it would have came up last year, he's
paid.
He's cashing. Like Vinny Curry and Bo Allen got paid. What do you think he's getting? They're backing up Brink for Brandon Graham. But I still think Brandon Graham's a damn good football player and damn good D lineman. I know he's banged up. I know the ankle's been an issue all year, but he's still on the carton. You know, everybody's banged up in the NFL.
Right.
Everybody is.
You got Brandon Graham. I got Golden Tate.
All right. I mean, yeah. Ish. Milk carton-ish. Definitely an ish. There's definitely an ish to it. That's why I don't know where Mike Wallace fits right now. I know he's coming back. Maybe.
Well, actually,
I don't think they activate him.
Torrey Smith didn't really fit with us last year.
I think he fit more than. Well, we don't know what Mike Wallace would have fit because Mike Wallace to me brought Torrey Smith 2.0 though, where he can stretch the field. He catches balls. He's always healthy. It's the first time he's been banged up in 10 years like this. The first time.
Right.
Well, welcome to Philly. As soon as you get around our medical staff, you're tearing fucking something or breaking something.
Don't you say that. Don't say that. Zaire Smith, we waiting for you.
You know who my milk carton guy is because I've been on him for weeks.
Who's that?
And he's flashed a little bit, but he's never come completely off the milk carton. Nigel Bradham.
Oh.
Cartonish. Definitely cartonish.
Ish.
Definitely cartonish.
He's flashed, but he's on the carton.
I mean, Hicks trumps them all before he got hurt. I mean, before Jordan Hicks got hurt, he was carton.
Oh, yeah.
He was the definition of the carton.
He was on the front and the back.
Yep. They're like, oh, my God, they were just putting him on every carton possible. Can we find him? Nobody knows where he is. BG is gone, too. Tommy says BG is gone, re-sign Bennett. Bennett's under contract. I don't think he goes anywhere. So I think Bennett's back.
Yeah, that's a good move, though.
Todd Womack says, no, I believe in Wentz. I don't know what that was in reference to.
Yeah,
here we go.
Might have had some internal discussion there.
Sixers JT, I saw a trade scenario on Twitter. Yep, Carson Wentz for Saquon Barkley and their first-round pick. Absolutely not. Listen, I love Saquon, okay? Generational back. Now, maybe he has a 10-year shelf life. But if you go off the averages.
I'll give you Foles for Saquon
right?
pick.
If you go off the averages, it's more of like a 7
honestly,
year.
I'll give you Foles, Saquon. I'll take your third-round pick.
Well, yeah, if you get Saquon, you're not getting a first-rounder for Foles.
Yeah.
I'll give you my first. I'll give you my first and Nick for Saquon today.
Done.
Today. We'll go into Washington with Stuffeld.
Sign me up.
I know you can't trade right now, but we'll go into Washington with Stuffeld then. I'm fucking dead serious. Sign me up. Hold on. I'll add it on. I'll give you, because we got 10 picks, I'll give you Foles, a first, and a third, and give me Saquon Barkley. You want your running back situation handled? Let's go to work. Because now that offense is, come see us. We'll fucking play anybody anywhere. We'll play every game in London. We don't give a shit. Every game in London. And we'll roll everybody's ass.
We can't play every game in London. We love home games. I don't know. Have you been to a home game lately?
Absolutely. Not this year, but I went to 2 last year.
Oh, man, I went to
2 Mooses, too. Not just 2. Well, I went to the Chicago game and sat, on the field, so that was great because it was a roll job. And then I went to the Falcons.
Oh, you had 2 good ones.
So, and then Mike's at every game.
You had every game?
Yeah, he's at every game.
Oh, that's great.
The big dog eats.
Yeah.
And the gray beard is back, family. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah,
it was here last year.
We rode the beard last year from the day that Carson got hurt right through a Super Bowl victory. So we brought it back this year.
I didn't even get to see y'all Super Bowl victory last year. I was too busy on my own podcast.
We had fun. We had fun.
That's one way to describe it.
It's an understatement. Fun.
It's an understatement. Sixer JT. If Foles takes us, and this is what Dennis was saying, if Foles takes us to another Super Bowl, unlikely. You can't tell me that Doug in the front office won't be thinking about it. Oh, they can think all they want.
Hold on. We had fun.
Oh yeah, baby.
We had a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun.
Bobby May says, there goes your chances of ever getting Rothman the sponsor. When I took a shot at the medical staff.
Oh.
Go on, Bobby. I love it. Me of everything says Wentz is going nowhere. These trade scenarios are so ridiculous. That's why I took a shot at Missinelli, because he's a fucking crumb. There's only one guy on the dial that has a goddamn clue, and a legit clue about football. One. I'm not lying. One guy. Not a bunch. You can tell me some other guy. I'm going to tell you, nope. Ike Reese is the only guy with a fucking clue when it comes to this quarterback conversation. The only guy. The rest of them are idiots. They're driving bullshit down your throat and creating this because what does it do? It creates ratings for them and callers. That's all they're about. They're crumbs. They ain't about the fan base like we are. Like, we have no agenda here. Like, we love both guys. We might love one more than the other, but it doesn't mean we don't love both.
You love more one than the other.
Absolutely. I don't run from it. Carson's my dog, but Carson's my puppy, and Nick's like my grown dog.
Look, man,
so you always love the puppy a little bit more because it's newer, right? So I love the puppy a little bit more. But Nick's my guy too.
See, I'm not trying to blow smoke up anybody's ass on the dial right now, but you make a great point, and I'll say this. I love Ray Didinger.
Yeah, I love that.
Ike is the smartest guy on the dial in Philadelphia.
Absolutely. Listen,
it's more than football. It's everything.
It's common sense. Like he uses his head. He just doesn't run off emotion. He uses his head. And I don't listen to dial. You know me, right? Like I'm not a dial guy. But recently, I've
got to take a temperature.
I listen to Ike because I listened to him one time. I like what he's saying. I like how he crushes marks because you're clueless. All due respect, Johnny, you're fucking clueless. And he just crushes these callers that call up and they're all folded up. And he's like, dude, yeah, I love the guy. You can love both. The same thing I was saying and you were saying. But Carson's the future of this franchise. This is what I said. This is what I said to Wilson earlier. Foles is better with the offense. Is he? Because when the first 2 games of the season he wasn't. Okay? So my point to all the family out there is this is not a shot at Nick Foles. To tell me that Foles runs the offense better is clown talk because you missed all of last year. You missed all of last year.
But
that's all.
This is what I say about Foles, and y'all was saying it a little earlier. Y'all was saying, Nick Foles, when he's hot, he's hot. And when he's cold, he's cold. Like when he first came in against the Rams last year, he was hot. We played against the Giants the next game, he was hot then. But he went cold against the Raiders. He went cold against who he played after the Raiders? Dallas.
Yep, he was cold.
He was cold against Atlanta.
He got lucky. Tip ball off a guy's chest into Torrey Smith's hands. So that game changes.
Right.
So, we had a lot of luck go our way, too. But that's how you win.
Here's the thing.
When we played Minnesota, he heated up.
Yeah, but as soon as that Patrick Robinson pick, loosened everybody up, and then it was a sling party.
I'm going to take this back old school for a minute.
They can throw it, man.
Old school?
Going to go old
How
school
old
here.
are we talking?
We'll send it back a little bit.
Okay.
When Carson is running the show,
right,
that playbook is about as thick as a Webster's dictionary. And I know the kids don't know what a dictionary is because they just look everything up online.
Yeah.
But it's about as thick as a Webster's dictionary. When Nick is running the offense, that playbook is about as big as the menu from, Chickies and Pete's. That's it.
I like that.
I'm dead serious.
Now, y'all say that. I don't truly believe that.
That's okay. You don't have to.
The only reason why I'm saying is because
it's an exaggeration, but you get where I'm going.
I get where you're going. The only reason why I'm saying it's a little different because I actually see them doing more things in the playbook, more towards the running game when Nick is around. And I actually see them doing more towards, the passing game when Carson's around.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Right.
That's a fair assessment. That's true.
Right.
But I don't think consistently after the first 2 weeks where he got hit 22 times, okay, I think they started committing more to the run after that, a little bit more, but nowhere near the type of balance that Nick got. No. You know what I mean? Nowhere near. TTP had a great one. He said, if we trade where was it? Oh, my God, it was great. Let me find it, TTP. Damn, how did I lose that? It was great. He said, if we trade our franchise MVP caliber quarterback for a sophomore running back and draft picks, I'll never watch football again. Or I'll never watch his team again. And I completely agree with that.
It all depends on what happens.
6 JT, serious question. If Carson never got injured last season, do you think we win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and I think it's not even as close as it was.
Dude, he was such on fire last year.
I think it's still close.
I think that team was destined to win it. The locker room was built with a bunch of vet winners, a bunch of guys who knew what it took. They were lighting the world on fire. I think through the playoffs, it's not as close. I think we roll Atlanta. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Is they come back from, let's say he doesn't get hurt. They beat the Rams. They go to New York. They roll job the Giants. They come home on Christmas night. They roll job the Raiders.
They sitting for the Dallas.
Carson doesn't even see the field for Dallas. He comes back for the playoff games. It's a roll job on the Falcons, a roll job on the Vikings, and then they go beat the Patriots.
Yep, I don't think anything changes.
I think the Super Bowl, I honestly think it might be the same score. I still see them scoring them touchdowns on us. No matter what.
And that's fine. I got no issue with that. I could see if you want to say that the Super Bowl is still a shootout. I'm fine with that. But I don't think anything changes at all.
6 JT, like I said, brother, I don't think this offense thrives better under Foles. That's what I'm saying. You're missing last year.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're completely missing that this offense was better last year with Carson, and it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close to the. If you go look through Nick Foles' game log last year and you look through Carson's game log, the offense went south essentially. It wasn't as good.
Well, I'll do
we
you
lit
one.
it. We lit it up in Minnesota and New England, but it wasn't as good as you guys all think it was.
I'll do you one better. I will go with the same offense that they expect Carson to run. Okay, game 1 this year. Let me give you Nick Foles' numbers right now.
Oh yeah, please. While you're looking it up, I got one for you. Michael Tafari. What's up, brother? He said, "What's up, boys? Happy holidays. Happy holidays, brother." We were just talking about one of your guys over at the dial. Mike's the producer at 94.1. We were just saying that I believe Ike Reese is the only smart fucking host in this city. The only guy with a clue. And I'm not disrespecting all the other guys at 94.1 that you're friends with. I'm just saying that Ike's my guy.
Right.
If I go to the dial, it's only for Ike nowadays.
So,
I agree.
week 1 against the Atlanta Falcons.
Let me hear these eye-popping numbers right now.
You ready? 19 of 34.
Oh.
Okay, so the completion rate is not horrible, but it's certainly not great.
Average at best.
117 yards and an interception.
Yep.
His passer rating was 50.7.
Yeah, motherfucker. Carson had better numbers on one knee this year, and dudes want to trade him. You clowns. You flip-flopping clowns. Hope you ain't wearing them flip-flops in this weather.
Well, let's go to week 2.
Oh, please,
Okay.
let's do it.
So they're at Tampa, and as we've already discussed, they were losing 21-0.
Yeah, old job.
35 of 48.
Not bad.
So the completion percentage is good.
Down 21-0, you're going to throw a lot.
Exactly, you're going to throw a lot.
Things are going to look better.
334 yards.
Yeah.
So on 35 completions, you're not even at 10 yards per completion.
It's bullshit. That's bullshit numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's like a different style defense numbers.
Yeah, and a touchdown. Passer rating, not even 100. No. 98.
All Carson's numbers were better throughout the season. It's just that he wasn't consistent enough. That's the issue. He was spotty. When he was hot, he was going. Now, if we all remember Nick Foles, I love Nick. I hate saying this, but like week to week, you can get a different Nick. Like I keep saying, if you get back foot throw Nick, he throws picks. You saw it. You saw it last week. When he don't step up in the pocket, he's not as good. Now,
I don't even.
We could get a different Nick this week.
We could.
Everybody,
but you got dudes saying he's going to throw for 400 yards. I said, I'll take that bet every day and twice on Sunday because he ain't doing it back-to-back weeks. Now, can he have a great game back-to-back weeks? Absolutely he can. Can he go throw for 300 and throw 2 TDs and no turnovers? Of course he can.
Yeah.
But can he go to Washington and throw 2 picks and throw for 200 yards? It can happen. Do I think it's going to happen? No, but it can happen.
Could happen.
You know, I have us scoring 24 points. I don't have us going down there and dropping 30 on asses because I think that defense is going to give a little fight, or at least enough of one. And offensively, you got guys fighting for jobs offensive side of the football or to stay in the league. Like Josh Johnson stinks, but he's trying to stay in the league. So he's going to be fighting. AP wants to play next year somewhere. He's going to be fighting.
Could wear Eagles green. He could wear Eagles green.
He could. Somebody said, Damian said, I would trade Foles to Washington for AP and 2 first-rounders. Now, you're not going to get 2 first-rounders, but I'll trade him. I'll trade him for AP and a first. Then he probably won't do that, but I'll take him for AP in a second today. And I think AP's almost done essentially. But I'm just looking for the pick. I'm just looking for the pick.
I think low key Washington already has their quarterback solution.
Yeah, who was?
I think it's going to be Flacco.
You think they're going to get Joe Flacco?
I think they're looking for Flacco for 1 year, just to figure out what's going to happen with Alex Smith and the leg injury, and then if it looks like it's going to be longer than a 1 year deal with Alex Smith, they draft a guy.
Sixers JT, I don't. He said, okay, forgetting that last season, the best 2 games, in my opinion, we've seen offensively have been the last 2 under Foles. I'll agree with you for the Houston game, but I'm telling you, the Giants game, Carson was slinging. Like Carson was slinging. So I don't buy that. I'll give you to Houston as the best game offensively. Yes, I will give it to you because that's a real good defense, but they're not good in the secondary. This is what people are missing. They are banged the fuck up in the secondary. And then Joseph goes out. They're done. So what did Doug do? He exposed it. I told you all on Sunday that they're going to throw the ball a lot. Robbie wasn't here to verify it, but I said Doug's game plan is going to be to throw it. They want to throw against Houston because you can't run against them. Then they showed it on Sunday. You know what I mean? Every time we tried to run the ball, it was stuffed. We can't run it. You can't run against them. That's why they're top 5 rush defense in football. They shut it down. But on the back, they get killed. On the back end, they get killed. And if they're not getting pressure, they get killed.
They got a nice front 4.
Damien, you don't have to trade for Kareem, babe. You don't have to trade for Kareem Hunt. I told you it all settled down. I told it would settle down, and there'll be a day we can have this conversation again. But I am all in for Kareem Hunt next year. I am all in. Sign me up. Where do I sign up at?
Let me ask you guys a question.
And I'm against putting hands or feet or anything on women besides your piece.
Legitimately, who do you think is the best secondary or best defense that the Birds played this year?
Best defense that we played this year?
Yeah.
Top to bottom?
I think it was Houston.
Too banged up.
See, I'm going earlier in the year.
Are you going early in the year?
Yeah.
So you
Give me
must,
the game.
you
Give
must
me
think
teams.
it's the Colts.
Give me teams.
The Colts was good, but
Give me teams.
Tennessee?
Run me down.
So you could go Atlanta.
Okay.
You go Tampa.
At the time, really good.
Colts.
Before the injuries. Tampa, no. Colts,
Titans.
Titans, yeah.
Vikings.
Vikings, okay.
We'll see. That's where I was going.
I'm going Titans.
All right.
So I think they're just tough defensively.
So
real tough.
Let me give you Carson's numbers though against the Vikings real quick, and then we'll go to the Titans.
Yeah, but then everybody's going to bitch and moan about the check down the small one. But
All
go
right.
ahead.
Against the Vikings, 24 of 35, 311 and 2 touchdowns.
I just can't make it off to the people. That's on one leg and a bad back. And a bad back. And look at the numbers. What do you think?
What about Tennessee?
Like Tristan said.
Oh, Tennessee, 33 of 50, 348, 2 touchdowns.
On a knee. On a Uno. We're playing Uno. Draw 4, bitches.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. I want to find Tristan's comment again.
You want the Colts? First game back.
Yeah.
First freaking game back. 25 of 37, 255, a touchdown and a pick.
I know the best defense we played. It was the Cowboys.
Oh, listen, that's not a bad one.
It was the Cowboys.
That's not a bad one, brother. That's actually.
I forgot that they actually.
That they're good.
They revamped their defense.
All right, hold on. Cowboys here, 32 of 44, 360, 2 touchdowns and a pick.
Look at you guys. Look at the fools in society. Ain't seeing this. Defense costs us that game too, by the way.
At Dallas.
Defense cost us that game at home against Dallas.
At Dallas.
Every time we scored, we couldn't get off the field, remember? Right. Every time we scored, couldn't get off the field.
I was there.
So at Dallas, 22 of 32.
Solid.
228 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah, but guess what? All that came second half.
Yep.
So if you look at the numbers in that body work in the second half, he was slinging. Another point where I and nobody wanted to listen to me that week. Hey Lanny, when you can't get off the field, I don't care if they go 20-20 and they're kicking field goals. You're still letting a team that loves time possession pound it down your throat. So they're holding the ball for 8 minutes at a time. So it's compounds. When you have an offense that was going 3 and out and a defense that can't get off the field and then they're sitting for 8 minutes, you're not going to get rhythm. And in the second half, they started to find that rhythm. I would have loved to see that defense. I think if that Dallas touchdown goes, the Dallas Goddard touchdown goes for a score, we probably end up getting the ball back in regulation. So that changed it. But you talk about that game, and I'll say it to him, blue in the face. We would be winners right now of 5 in a row, okay? And we'd be winners of 3 straight if it wasn't for the blown call to start that game. So the whole narrative. The whole narrative changes, boys. The whole narrative from the Tennessee, Carolina, Dallas. 3 games, 1 taken away from us, and the other 2 defensively, we blew it. The Carolina's the worst. The worst.
Well, this is my thing. I've never heard a referee say that there was not a clear recovery where you see it yourself on TV. I've never heard that in my life. That's the only thing I'm going to say on that.
Oh, I never heard it either. It's a mess. But I'm just making a point to the people that are, like, down on Carson. Mike gave you numbers.
I'm not down on Carson.
Okay, your eyes tell you things. But Mike gave you numbers. Your eyes tell you things. You know he's coming back off the major injury. Now you know there's a back issue the entire year.
Right.
You look at them numbers, and you say, who let who down?
Right.
Who let who down here?
Defense.
I hear people saying that Carson's selfish. Are you fucking kidding me?
Now, wait, I also hear people saying
Jump
that
off a bridge.
We should fire Jim Schwartz. What do you think of that?
Well, I was fired Jimmy early on, but Sweep says it best on Sunday. Like, he's Mr. Missionary himself. Like, it's bring 4, that's it. You know, everybody knows you're bringing 4. I have no problem bringing Jim back because I thought he adjusted through the year well, especially all the injuries he went through. And I'm a big believer in continuity when you want to win, and turnover is not a great thing. So I have no problem bringing Jim back. I thought he rebounded well.
You guys think Carolina defense was pretty good?
At the time, yes.
30 of 37 for 310 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, the numbers speak volumes, guys. I just don't.
Do.
So my point is to the family out there, and we talked about it last week and again Sunday, but the defense took this long to wake up?
No,
That's what it was.
hold on.
Because why don't you rally around your guy from when he came in week 3? Rally around him from week 3 on and say, you know what? He came back early for us. Let's give him a little love.
I think I found it, by the way. The best secondary that they played?
Yes.
Jacksonville.
Oh, no doubt. And I don't care guys quit over there or not. Talent-wise, the best one.
And we played him in London where they didn't lose it.
21 of 30, 286, 3 touchdowns and a pick.
And let me tell you something. There's another trade partner too, because Jacksonville. What do you want for Jalen? What do you want?
They
what
need
do you
a
want?
quarterback.
You want a first?
They want a quarterback.
No, but I'm saying if you don't want Foles.
You want Foles in a first.
You want a first?
No,
I'm
I'm not giving him the first.
I'll give you Foles in a first for Jalen.
I'll give you a first and a third right now.
I'll give you Jalen Mills and Foles for Jalen Ramsey.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I wish we could pull that off.
Good luck
But no,
with
I have no
that.
problem with this. I'll go a step further, right? I'll give you a 1 and a 2. But the 2's the following year. You know what I mean? You don't get them back-to-back years. But I'll give you a 1 and a 2 for Jalen. Nah.
Do we got 2 threes? Do we have the
2 3s?
I'll tell you this.
No, we have 2 2s.
We have 2 twos?
2 2s, 1 3.
All right, well, then I'll
And
give him a 2.
I
I'll
think
give him a
2
2.
fours, though.
I'll give him a 2 and I'll give him Nick Foles. I'll give him a 2 and Nick Foles.
They might not even want Nick. They just might want the picks. That's
No,
what I'm saying, a 1 and a 2.
They wouldn't lose with Nick Foles. That's what I'm saying. He fits the offense. We just said he fits the offense perfectly.
A lot better than Cody Kessler.
Oh, yeah. Well, Two-Gun Tommy says all the fans wanting Foles over Wentz should just lay down on the road.
I don't think it's a lay down the road, Two-Gun Tommy. We love you, Two-Gun Tommy, but I don't think it's a lay down the road. I'm just saying if he went and won another Super Bowl MVP and won the Super Bowl, yeah. I'm sorry, Wentz. That's all I said.
Yeah, I agree with TTP. I don't think you're getting a high round pick for Nick if you trade him. I think you're getting more of like a 4th. You know, but if you want to get something back, you're going to get something small. I don't think you're going to get as much value as some of us think that we can get for him unless he's packaged with a pick.
All right, you ready? They have a first, 2 seconds, 2 fourths, a 5th, 3 sixths, and a 7th, and could also potentially add a 3rd.
Go. What do you want? You want a 1, a 2, and one of them 4s for Jalen?
Oh, no,
What do you want?
They're not getting the 1.
I don't give a fuck about draft picks because so I'd rather go get myself a proven guy.
He had pretty good picks.
Let me tell you something. I will trade you picks every day and a couple times on Sunday for the opportunity to go get all pro caliber guys under the age of 26. All the time. Where do I sign up? Where do I sign up? Because now I know what I'm getting. The draft's a lottery. The draft's you hope. You hope you do your homework. You hope you land
Dennis,
guys.
well, on this show, we're real big on we will trade you hope for reality.
All day.
All day. We
All
do
day.
it. We do it.
I guess
do-
I fit the show perfectly.
we
They
do
say
it with
opposites
football.
attract, 'cause I'm a little opposite.
We do it
You're
with football.
a pick guy. That's fine. Yeah.
We do it with baseball. Baseball, we'll take 5 of your top 10 prospects and drive them to the airport right now for you to give us an all-star.
Right now.
Right now.
Baseball's a little different. Baseball take them a little bit too long to develop. I agree with you on that.
But now I wouldn't trade you that kind of value for a guy who's 29 or 30. Makes sense? But I'll trade you that value for a guy who's 26.
Yep.
Who's a lockdown corner, if not one of the best in football, that I know I don't got to worry about my right side ever again.
For at least 4 years.
Yeah, it's over. And because my window's now. My quarterback's 26 too. Now, he can play till he's 38.
But
know how this
that's
goes.
the thing. Now you got to pay both of them.
I don't care.
Because that's
Not my money.
Not my money. Because now if I still draft well, I can pay them too and put the pieces still around them.
Well, yeah, you ain't got to pay for a left tackle because you got Big V.
Like, I'm not giving you 4 picks. I'm not giving you 3. But I'll give you 2. But they're not going to be all in the same year. I'll give you a 1 and a 2 next year. Simple. Simple.
Would you take Josh Norman for a discount?
Yep. And he's a crumb. And I'll take him in a heartbeat.
I think he's a great zone guy.
Well, he's a dog. I love dogs. I don't turn – listen, I always say, like, I want my football players, the kind of guys you don't want to bring home to mommy and daddy on Thanksgiving dinner. Like, you don't want to bring them guys around because they're dogs. Like they might stick somebody in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like I want guys that might get up in somebody's face and we might start bumping, running. You know, trying to get the turkey to the table. Like I want guys here. Like I want physical guys. I love my corners that can tackle. That's why I like Jalen Mills because he's physical. I need corners who can tackle. That's why I like Rasul Douglas.
I love
Rasul
Douglas.
Tackle in open field. I hate the soft bitch corners like Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters, listen, I don't care how good you cover. You're a flat out bitch in tackling.
I like Akeem Talib a lot.
Well, Akeem will hit you though.
Yeah.
Especially early on in his career.
But he can't cover.
He's in Tampa.
No, he can't cover. Yep, he'll hit you.
Yeah.
He'll hit you in Denver.
He wasn't covering that good in Tampa. Hell, look.
No, you know who's another good one? Speaking of a guy he played with in Denver, Chris Harris is another guy. Yeah. He's on injury reserve. He'll smack you in the mouth too.
You know where I was right before he got hurt. I was all in on that Chris Harris deal.
Yep.
I was all in on that Chris Harris deal.
Thinking about trading for Chris Harris?
Yeah, he was talked about. I would have did that in a heartbeat.
What was the possibility?
It was before Demaryius got traded to Houston.
Yeah.
They were talking about a Demaryius and Chris Harris deal to the Eagles for a couple players and a bunch of picks. And I was all in on Chris Harris.
So
Demaryius would have just been like, okay, we'll take another wide receiver. But I wanted Chris Harris.
So two-gun
That's
Tommy's,
my guy.
That's my guy, too. I love Chris Harris. Two-gun Tommy's got to go. What do you think if Foles goes to a team and doesn't succeed? Well, I think that's a very good possibility.
Well, it's already happened.
It's already happened.
But I don't say that. I don't think – listen, there's two factors here. One, I can see him just calling it a day, right? But when there's $20 million hanging around, you sort of – now, granted, it's a team option, but you sort of can't pass up because you know you're going to get something close to that elsewhere. So these guys all think about their futures and stuff. I could see him signing a 2 or 3 year deal somewhere. I could see it. You know, for his age, he's still good enough. But remember something. Nick Foles is another guy. Carson has played a full 16 games in this league. Nick never has. Never has. He's always been banged up. The 27-2 year, banged up.
Yeah, he got a concussion. And then that's when he woke up and he thought he was Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
And then the next year was the year where I think we started 9-3 and then the shoulder, right?
Right.
At the shoulder or the hand, something.
And then Mark Sanchez had to come in.
Right, but even the year that he started 9-3, wasn't he like 10 touchdowns, 10 interceptions?
Or no, 13-10.
13-10?
13-10.
Right.
Nothing to crown.
Yeah.
T1 Tommy says, what about Swearinger? He signed with Arizona, brother. And I understand.
And that wasn't like an Eagles missed out on it. They didn't even have a shot on the waiver order.
Listen, I wanted him at first.
I
wanted him at first, but you got to think about something. The reason I'm like, because Rodney McLeod's coming back. So, like, I'm good with – I'll take DJ Swearinger any day of the week.
I would have signed him for the rest of this year if he would have cleared waivers.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like –
he didn't clear waivers. So, basically what happened was when Washington waived – because they didn't outright release him. They waived him. So, as soon as they waived him, basically – every team in the NFL, starting from the one with the worst record through the one with the best record, has an opportunity to put a waiver claim in on him.
Oh.
So basically, as soon as he got waived, Arizona, with the worst record in the NFL, said, yep, thank you very much.
Yep, we'll take him.
We'll take him.
Because he's signed for next year. Yeah. That's why I don't think we would have got jumped in that, because we're tied up with money back there for next year. So then what are you going to do? You're going to cut him, and you're going to get hit with salary cap money for cutting him.
Unless they cut Rodney.
Unless they cut Rodney, but Rodney's due a ton of money, so that's a hard cut. It's hard. I got to look up his money. But Gonzo was saying that it doesn't. His year in LA doesn't, or with the Rams doesn't count because Fisher doesn't know how to coach quarterbacks, and I don't disagree with you. But Steve McNair was pretty good.
You don't know that if it wasn't for Stephen A. Smith saying it to you every week.
Hold on, Steve McNair, pretty good.
Steve McNair is pretty good.
Pretty good.
But
rest in peace, Steve. But pretty good. So I don't buy that one.
But before that, when Vince Young's career died, wasn't nobody saying, "Oh, he messed up Vince Young's career."
I'll take it one better. After he left St. Louis, he goes to Kansas City with Andy. Everybody and their fifth mother wants to say that Alex Smith was a game manager, and Nick couldn't start over a game manager in Kansas City. Come on.
And when he played average.
But
what did I say last year? What did I say last year when Carson went down? The night of the robe on Birds of a Feather.
Hold on. Before you go there, I just want to say I think the whole narrative about Alex Smith being a game manager is not accurate. But
yeah, I don't believe it's accurate either.
This is.
But I said it here.
Tell me what you said.
I said it here, not about the Super Bowl or anything, but I said, if there's a guy to run this offense outside of Carson or around this league right now, and it's not a starter, I want it to be Nick Foles. because he's been around this offense his whole fucking life. So to say like the dumb down, how people say dumb down, this offense isn't dumbed down. It's not dumbed down at all. This guy knows this offense in and fucking out. He's been with it forever. He was drafted into this offense. Mm-hmm. The same calls, the same schemes. He knows the offense. Now, were things catered to him? That's what good coaches do. Right. They cater some things that you can do well or had success with, which is the RPO. He had a ton of success with Chip. Right. So Doug did some of that stuff to add on. But this is an offense that he's been around his whole life. Besides with the Rams, he's been around this offense forever. So you think he didn't know it? That's why I had trust in him last year. Here's a good one. Michael Tafari says, agree or disagree? Short of the Eagles winning another Super Bowl, going on another playoff run with Nick at the helm, will do more long-term damage than good. It's a great question.
Can you repeat that?
So what he's saying is, agree or disagree that the short of the Eagles winning another Super Bowl, going on another playoff run with Nick at the helm will do more long-term damage than good. Agree or disagree? I agree.
I think if we come out of this thing with a good salary cap, I think we sign Nick and we make him the highest paid backup quarterback. That's what I think we do. You know, like somewhere around $10 million. What they was paying Chase Daniel? What they pay Chase Daniel? About $10 million a year, and he barely did anything for us.
Something like that.
Right. I think we do that same thing with Nick. And
why is he's not going to take that money? He's making $20 million now. He's not going to take 10.
He's due $20 million on the team option.
He's due $20 million on the team option.
But he's still going to get the 20 because they'll probably give him 10 under the table.
Depends if he wants to play somewhere else too. You know.
Wait. It's the NFL. You can't give somebody money under the table.
Hush money.
If you don't think
hush
that
puppy
in the
money.
NFL that people ain't getting hush money, then you must not be paying attention.
How they do it in Dallas.
Well, we know how Jerry
we
does.
know because y'all stay on the wrong cap and down.
I mean, look, I'm not saying that they don't have ways to get players certain amounts of money. I get that.
Hell, they still
$10 million? $10 million worth? Come on.
Tristan says
you might not get all in one lump sum.
Even if Foles wins another Super Bowl, I'm still starting Wentz next year. Real talk. Factual.
You wanted to know Rodney McLeod's contract information?
Please. Yeah, real quick. Bobby May signing off. Said heading out for the night. Great show, guys. First time watching. Bobby, thanks for joining us.
Thank you,
brother.
Bobby,
love it. Welcome to the family.
How old are you? Because I remember when I used to head out at 11:40. Now I head to bed at 11:40.
Bobby must have had a long Christmas.
I like it.
You know what I mean? Bobby, thanks for joining us, brother. Check in. We're here. Well, we're here every Wednesday. There's family here every fucking night, baby. Let's go.
Be here all week. Try the veal.
Try the veal.
Yeah, he's just wrapping up year 3 of a 5-year contract. So he'll be due $7.5 million in 2019, and in 2020, $8.5 million.
All right, let me ask you.
2020 is the year, babe.
Is there anything on what you're looking at that
cap
says
hit.
what the cap hit is?
Yep, sure deal. Next year's cap hit will be $9.9 million.
Okay.
And in 2020, $10.9 million.
Okay, so he's backloaded.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Nor should he. How old is he, Robbie? 29, 30?
28.
28. He's a baby still, dude.
He's a pop.
He's a baby. I love fucking Rodney McLeod. He's so underrated. Good player. He's so underrated because he'll fucking tackle everybody. Mm-hmm. He probably tackles his kids. He's like running around. He just sticks everything.
Boom. Well, what did I say, though, before the year? I said that was my guy that even though he played well last year, he needed to step it up this year, and he did step it up, and then injury bug.
Yeah, he's like an underrated guy because he's not a great cover guy.
We do get hit with the injury bug.
But he's an open field tackle and junkie.
Yeah, Jesus, man. For 2017, he only made $775,000.
Yep, backloaded.
That's why I was backloaded, no doubt.
Oh yeah, he appreciated that deal.
Hell yeah.
700. They did the league minimum.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be.
Well,
that's not his numbers, Gongos.
He probably had a fat signing bonus that all hit up front, too. So.
Oh, yeah, $8 million signing bonus, yeah.
Gongos, that's not one-game numbers, brother.
What are we talking about?
He played in more than one game in Kansas City. He started in one game, but he played in more than one game.
Yeah, he did about a good 3 games.
So you said 410 and 3 TDs wasn't in one game,
no.
Just to confirm that. Like, I'm not – it's hard to say what you're saying when you're typing.
No, the one game he started, I think he was like 17 for 25 for like 280 and a touch.
Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. I mean, everything's tackling his kids.
Besides this year, Kansas City offense wasn't scary electric that year.
No, they didn't get scary electric until they got Tyreek Hill.
Well, they had Tyreek Hill that year.
Did they have with Foles?
Yeah, and they still had Jeremy Maclin too, if I'm not mistaken.
Was Tyreek feature, though?
No,
Not like he
was
is
still a
now,
rookie.
yeah.
All right.
He was still a rookie at that time.
Not like he is now. All right, let's get into some Sixers
All
talk.
right.
All right, Sixers. Yeah, we need help.
The floor is yours, Daddy. I'll just pick up from where you want to roll with it, because I know you felt pretty strongly about some stuff that happened yesterday.
Yeah, well, I did. I don't. Like I said.
So you're okay with Brett Brown? Let's get that out the way.
Yeah, like I asked people to tell me today, like somebody tell me a team in sports that fired their head coach in the middle of the season and went on to be successful, like without LeBron James teams. Like it's hard. I think there's 4 in the history of sports that actually went and won it while changing coaches. That's the history of all sports. Some guy Googled it for me.
I don't think we should.
That's not smart. Now, am I saying Brett's the best X and O guy in the history of basketball? No. But do I think he's good enough? Yes. Do I think all these issues that happens with the team are all blamed automatically on Brett when you're talking about when your star players are more younger guys? I think you're going to get some of these inconsistencies at times. But to blame it all on Brett isn't fair because players got to play, man. And a lot of these guys are the same guys who want a dugout after year one, right? A lot of the same guys who were just – everybody wants to fire the coach in this city, right? And we want to fire Andy Reid for every year he was here, okay?
I remember that.
Like we just don't – we think guys are idiots and we're smarter than these coaches. Like, do you ever listen to Brett Brown talk? Do you ever listen to Brett Brown talk basketball and X's and O's? Because if you haven't, you need to go fucking YouTube and find something. Because the dude's a smart basketball guy. You don't come from the pop tree and not have a fucking clue. I'm tired of hearing that he's a player development guy and that's all he knows.
Well,
that's bullshit.
Let me jump
because he was, but he was an assistant with Pop.
But let me jump on that for a second, though, because what's bothering me is this narrative where people say he's a Pop guy. He should be better at endgame situations than he is.
That's not true because Pop used to have those problems.
Right. Well, correct. Pop had those problems, but when Pop's running out Duncan, Manu, Tony Parker, and, the list of names that went through San Antonio during that time just keeps going and going and going until Brett has guys at that talent and experience level to where he thinks they can execute endgame the way he would want them to. You got to give them rope.
Right, but one thing Pop did have, he would take those old guys and he would put them on his team for situations like last night.
Absolutely.
For situations like last night. And there's a guy that I'm thinking about going out there to go get.
I'm starting to lean towards it. Go ahead.
And
I know who you're talking about.
I'm saying to go get Carmelo Anthony.
I'm leaning towards it. I was completely against it.
I'm saying it.
I was talking to some more people today, and I'm starting to lean towards it.
Because if you guys think that's dark side, I'm actually ready to go real dark side, especially for me, because you know I can't stand this guy. But I'm ready to jump.
Who's
who?
Me, J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith?
I'm leaning towards it, too.
I can't stand him, but he is a perfect fit for this basketball team.
Listen, we need some more guys who can shoot the goddamn basketball. We have zero bench.
Only reason why, because he'd be on. Melo
comes
would come
off the bench.
And
Melo and JR would both come off the bench.
I don't think I want to get both of them together. But I would get Melo, and I would go ahead and let him do his ISO ball. That way his points will keep us in the game. To whereas though when we up 20, we still keep that lead. Or we up 10, we still keep that lead.
Yep.
Till the guys get rest up, then they come on out. And that's more so what I was seeing. You know, I seen other teams do it with Joe Johnson. I think, as a matter of fact, Houston did it last year with Joe Johnson. They let him play ISO ball in the second half, for the second team. And
it helps. Yeah, because there's no second team here.
No. We got rid of Ilyasova.
What's up, Harlem? Maybe everything. It scares me that Jimmy is going to walk. You know, I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I think he likes it here. Listen, I'm just telling you, we're a piece or two away from me being really confident moving forward. Like
it's bench pieces too. That's
that's it. Like our starting five can go play with anybody in basketball. I'm not even worried about it. I'm not even worried about it.
This is a team that's 12, 13 games over 500, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that.
Thanks, Robbie.
Yeah.
Thanks, Robbie. The hottest team in the second half of basketball last year after Christmas.
You didn't even have to mute your microphone because your point was spot on. And I said it yesterday, and I'll repeat it again because we talk about it all the goddamn time. The NBA season starts on Christmas Day. Sixers are 0-1. Guess who else is 0-1?
The Golden State Warriors.
Golden State Warriors.
Yep.
Now,
actually, they got their ass handed to them.
Am I saying the Sixers are the Warriors? No. But what I'm saying is don't overreact.
They're playing better basketball than the Warriors, and it's not even close. Yeah. So, and the Warriors have a ton more talent. But I'm telling you, you don't win in this league without a bench. You can't sustain leads and keep leads like Dennis was saying without a goddamn bench. And look at your bench. Look at your bench numbers last night. It was invisible. Invisible points-wise. Muscala couldn't fucking throw a volleyball into the goddamn ocean last night. Okay? Furkan, I love Furkan. He ain't good enough to go against a team like that yet in his career. Landry, like Landry too. He ain't ready for that dogfight yet. Okay? Because these are still puppies in a way. They ain't ready for the dogfight. TJ's ready for the fight, but he's not going to give you a ton of offensive production, so that hurts you. So who's scoring off of this fucking bench? So tell me again how we were outcoached. If anything, Brett did a hell of a job last night.
He damn sure did.
Listen, you don't get credit for losses in this league, but if you want to go with the narrative that he got outcoached because you have fucking zero clue about basketball and you just want to attack something, okay? Tell me how he got outcoached when our bench fucking stunk last night and we got outscored and your starting fucking point guard was a minus 17, okay? And you still had a chance to win the game in regulation and you took him to OT in their building. How the fuck is that getting outcoached? You want to tell me game 1 of the year he got outcoached? Fine. I'll buy into that one because you got your asses handed to you. But not in this game. That's not what you run into. You want to run with something? Run with Ben ain't aggressive enough. Run with whatever, like the bench isn't good enough. Run with Jimmy shooting 9 from 21 isn't okay in big games. Okay? There's a lot of other things. JJ making fucking free throws. There's a lot of other things you can attack for yesterday. So Brett went 1 of the 2 from the line when Ben went in the fourth quarter. That was Brett. Because let me tell you something. I told my sister's fiance, I said, I don't give a fuck what he does the whole game. I care about guys in the fourth quarter. So when you go to the line right now, with 3 minutes left, I need you to hit both of these. Right. Well, what does he do? 1 for 2. Not good enough. No. Closers close.
That's Shaq's numbers, 1 for 2.
Let me give you a little inside the numbers here from yesterday. So Boston shoots 41.7% from the field. Sixers shoot 41.3%. That's a wash. That is about as close to a wash in the NBA as you will get.
What are turnovers?
Go in there because you're on to something here. Sixers, 56 rebounds. Boston, 55.
Okay, yeah, rebounding.
Now, this is where it gets dicey, though. Out of those rebounds, Sixers only had 9 offensive rebounds. Yep. Boston had 14.
Way too many.
Points in the paint.
We should win that.
Sixers, 30. Boston, 50.
Yep.
Yeah, we lost that one.
Now,
big one.
The bench points.
That's where we lost to.
Boston, 25. Sixers, 13.
You think that's fucking good enough?
No.
13 points off the bench in an overtime game.
You think that's fucking good enough? You think it's good enough? You look at the rosters and you really think that outside of starting 5, I think our starting 5 is better. Okay, I just think they are. That's how confident I am in Joe. They fucking trump us with their second unit. They trump us.
They second unit good enough to be in first unit.
Absolutely.
It could be a starting 5 for the Brooklyn Nets in the meeting.
Yeah, it can.
I'm sorry to say it like that, Brooklyn. I love you, but it is what it is.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Turnovers. Sixers 19, Boston 9.
10
Young
turnovers.
team on the road turned the ball over 10 more times.
And why is that?
So we're down. We lost by 7 points. We just lost 10 possessions, and we still had a chance to beat them in overtime. That's damn good coaching.
Yep. Because
without a bench too, that's damn good coaching.
Yeah, Brett turns the ball over too.
Right. You know what? For all the people that's mad at Brett Brown, kiss my ass. I said it. That's damn good.
Can't make shots for him.
Preach it. Because what do you want? We're an up-tempo offense.
Right.
Okay, so you want
and we're going against Boston. We ain't going against like any scrubs or something. This is the best team in the East on paper.
Yep. On paper, they definitely are.
Hold on. 19 turnovers. Joel had 6 of them by himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to take that one?
Okay. So you're going to take – you have a problem with 6 turnovers when the guy drops 34 for you? When the guy fucking carries you? Right? Carried you through that basketball game. Carried this basketball team when other guys weren't getting it done. I'm so sick of the attacks on the best player on this team. It's not Jimmy Butler. It's not Ben Simmons. It's not JJ.
It's not close.
It's not even close.
No.
Joel Embiid is the best player on this team, okay? And when he wants the ball at the end of the games, you know why he wants the fucking ball at the end of the games? Because nobody goes to the foul line fucking more. So why would he not? Should he not get the ball at the end of the game? I'm so sick of it. Well, the play call was ran for a dribble handoff to JJ.
Why?
Bro, I don't give a fuck what the play call was or what you think the play call was. What I care about is in moments, you go with what you have and what's in front of you. So if the dribble handoff, which he still got a decent look at, by the way, may I add, because if he hits that, you're fucking blowing fucking bread, okay? But Ben, be aggressive there. Drive the paint, right? When you drive the paint, guys are going to collapse on you like Boston always does to you, and then you maybe have a dish off to Joe for an opportunity to either get fouled or make it. So it's 101. Now, okay, was that the best play call ever designed? No, but
he had a clean look at an 18-footer.
Like for one of your best shooters. Like you think, oh, Jimmy should have shot it. Well, no shit. You think Boston doesn't think Jimmy's shooting? Pretty good coach over there. You think they ain't defensively matching up for that situation and shadowing? Come on, man. I'm so sick of the coach hate.
Personally,
pretty good coach over there.
He's a pretty good coach over there. I still would have called the timeout and tried to run something for Jimmy, but it's game circumstance too. It's time, score. I would have run something for Jimmy knowing that if it doesn't drop, you're still going to overtime.
Yep.
But I also would have basically told Jimmy right away, if it's not there, pull it out and start over.
Well, you know who it's on. It's on Ben.
It's on Ben.
Like, watch the clock. Watch the clock at the end of that. Watch it. Right? You got to go with 9 seconds there, 10 seconds. You can't wait to go at 6. He waited till 6, which means you only have one thing you can do. All right, you go with 10. Now, JJ don't have that shot or a clean look. He can pump fake another pass, and maybe you get a wide open look.
At six, you either need
you're
to
limited.
You either need to shoot it yourself or you get one pass. And you know he's not shooting it himself.
Listen, I'm not making excuses because of young TTP. There's 2 guys who are young on this team. 2. Okay? One's gotten better, one hasn't. So, who's that on? Right? I know Boston's young too, but they got a core that's been together of veterans that you can't overlook. Right. You can't overlook the Al Horford. You can't overlook the Marcus Smart, the Marcus Morris of the world. You can't overlook them guys, man.
I'll tell you what.
Marcus Morris
I was going to say Marcus Morris is playing some good ball.
Absolutely. They trump us, man, and talent-wise.
It'd be nice if we go get his brother. That'd be a nice pickup.
Something. No, I understand what you're saying, though. Like, yeah, we can't keep making excuses because they're young. I said last night in the video, I'm done making excuses for Ben Simmons and being young. That's over now. Like, Joe's gotten better. How's Ben gotten better? But again, like TDP says, well, we should have got the ball in Jimmy's hands. I'm not against getting the ball in Jimmy's hands, but you can't go at 6 seconds and expect to get the ball in everybody's fucking hands. You think that's on Brett? That's on Ben. He's the one looking at the fucking clock. Is Brett playing NBA Live or NBA 2K? And be like, okay, now we're going to go. It's 6. No. And you can make the argument you should call a timeout there. I'm not a big believer in the timeout call because now you let them get set up defensively.
Well, and
works both ways.
You know where I am with this. With Ben, it is for a point guard, he has some of the worst time and score awareness that I've ever seen in a point guard.
Yeah, because he's not.
Not.
Honestly, his best play last night was the one I was talking about. When he shot the ball right before the clock went out and he made the jump shot.
Yeah, when he doesn't have to think about it.
Yeah, I fucking oh shit! that was it. I thought we won.
And it was clean too.
It was clean.
It was clean to shoot it, bro. Like you just need to get it on scouting reports so a team can respect it. Because the second that dude develops a jump shot, I ain't eating crow about shit. By the way, because he's one of my guys. Okay, I'm just calling it how it is. The second he learns how to hit a jump shot, this team goes to the next level. Mm-hmm. And until that happens. Unless you go out and add the bench to this, it's going to be a struggle. Now, I still think we can get to the Eastern Conference Final because I believe that much in Joel fucking Embiid. And I believe in Jimmy, okay? But you need to add, like we were talking about, another piece or two to really get my confidence. Because you add another piece or two, this team beats Boston.
And what's crazy is
and Toronto.
He doesn't even have to shoot 50%. He could shoot 35%.
Who, Ben?
If he was just willing to take a jump shot. Just even willing to take the shot.
Bro, be your best Sean Livingston, right?
Yeah.
Like, be your best Sean Livingston and say, I'm not gonna shoot threes. I'm gonna thrive off the mid-range game.
It's funny that you say that.
I'll thrive off the mid-range game, and you like Sean Livingston's a mismatch nightmare to me because he's a big guard, right? But he ain't 6'10". You know what I mean?
I think he's like 6'8", though.
Yeah, 6'10". 6'10", you can do a lot of things. Now, what upsets me about him is there's times I see he's aggressive, and then there's the passive times. Right. And the passive makes me want to fucking smack his ass. Yeah, 3 minutes, we're out. But the passive time makes me want to fucking smack him. Like, be consistent with it. You know, I hate when he's dunking late in games and we're getting blown out and he dunks it hard. Like, what, bro?
Stop it. Just
stop.
lay it up.
Just lay it in. Like, who you showing off for, babe?
Well, I think the next big game we got is against Toronto at the beginning of February. I think it's February 5th.
I would disagree with that only because I would say that everything out west is big. Because this trip is always a trip that either gets them rolling or has really kind of put them behind the 8 ball in the past.
Well, it's all about responses.
Now, the last couple of years, it's gotten them rolling.
It has. You're right.
But in the past, it's been, you know, they go out on this 5-game trip and they come back 1-4, 0-5. Like,
it's all about that first one,
too. They need to go 3-2, 4-1 out there. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see their response tomorrow night, too. Because it's a tough loss.
Yeah.
But it's all about your response in life, babe. You know what I mean? It's all you got.
I mean, they have –
Tafari says Ben's problem, he's afraid to put himself in vulnerable positions. He's too worried about the image and making sure he's seen around the league as a tough guy. Needs to change ASAP. Completely agree. Me of everything said they're going to make another blockbuster at the deadline. I hope you're right, brother. TTP, it's a problem when your point guard making a 20-foot jump shot for the first time is a Christmas miracle. Shake my head. Yeah, you're right, brother. You're right. You know,
I said that.
So, Robbie, they are 9 games over 500, and this road trip consists of at Boston, at Utah, at Portland, at the Clippers, and at Phoenix before they come home for Dallas.
So 4 spot?
It's 4 more games.
Yeah, 4 West Coaster.
Four on the West Coast, 5 overall on the trip.
And we already did Boston already.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Boston out, and I'm just gonna do starting in Utah.
Utah, Portland, Clippers, and Phoenix.
Utah win. Portland win. Clippers loss. Phoenix win.
Yep, I got the same thing.
3-1.
3-1.
And Portland's fucking tough too. I mean, that's all things tough.
I'm going to say 4-0.
Oh, I like it.
That's aggressive.
Giddy up.
I like it. It's aggressive, though.
The only reason why I'm going with the sweep is because I think the Clippers' little magic is about to fade. I think it's about to fade.
Tristan, you don't want to do this to us right now because we'll go to 2 o'clock in the morning. But he says, real quick, we missing out on Manny and Harper, guys? Harper, definitely. Harper fucking not coming here. He's a fucking L.A. haircut waiting to happen. Machado defines this organization as a failure or fucking success because that's their guy. That's who they fucking drafted. That's who they're around in Baltimore. That's who they have a relationship with. That's who they've been tied to for fucking 3 years now. If they don't fucking get him, they fucking failed. Go give him $100 million more than anybody else gave him because we don't give a fuck about money. $50 million a year, I'll give him fucking 75 because I don't fucking care.
I was going to say, you know where I am. Tristan, go back and look at my video from Saturday.
50-50.
I said if you don't want to give him $40 million a year for 9-10 years, give him $50 million a year for 6.
I'll give him fucking both 10 years, $50 million. I'll fucking pay him $1 billion. I don't give a fuck.
Is he really worth that?
They combined, they both are because we're going to out-hit everybody.
Oh, combined, okay.
So I'll go spend $50 million apiece for 10 years.
I'll look him square in the eye. Say, look, man, 6 years. 6 years, $300 million. It's $50 million a year. And guess what? You're 26 years old. 6 years, you can go out and get another contract after this. So why don't you come on down?
Mike, that's why I say I got no problem upping it too. They give me a weird look. How about 75 for 6? All right? You want to get fucking cute here with money? Let's get fucking cute. Boston gets cute all the time. I'm tired of everybody else getting cute, and we sit back and fucking Andrew McCutcheon. Like, stop. I like him. He's a good vet, but knock it the fuck off. Because if Gene Segura and Andrew McCutcheon are our only upgrades this year, I'm fucking done for a year. I'm really not done.
You're not done.
But
That's a lie.
But I'm fucking picketing and calling for McPhail, fucking Clintack, Middleton, the 75 other fucking owners that don't want to open up a checkbook. Every one of them. That's all I got. TTP says he's out. Later, brother. Tristan says agreed. Bryce Blackwell says Manny coming. TTP, I fucking love you. Love talking b-ball with you, daddy.
Oh, there was a boxing match I wanted to talk
Even
about.
though we were disagreeing on a few things, but I love it. We can't all be kumbaya.
I'll say this. We don't get anything on Machado or Harper until at least the second week of January.
Yep, I agree.
I think it's not only is it going to go through the holidays, it's going to linger for a little bit.
Kapoor's is a fucking scumbag, too.
Yeah, he is.
Bryce Blackwell said they reportedly offered Manny a lot of money in years, so they better have. They better have. Like 10 years, fucking $50 million a year. I don't give a fuck. $60 million a year. Who cares? You can hit till you're 40 in this league.
It's Comcast money.
Doesn't matter. It ain't our dollars. And you want me down at the park? Fucking pony up. I'll still be down there.
Robbie's making it rain.
All right, fam. Tomorrow night, no lazy booking. Hockey happy hour, I believe, is still good. I'll check with the boys, but I believe they're on.
And they should have a game to be talking about live
Yup.
at that point, yeah.
Saturday, you got the hooligans with Mr. Nitro Freak himself. And then we'll have our A2D roundtable. I'm thinking around 5 o'clock.
Our year-end roundtable. That's always a good
year-end
time.
roundtable. Talk some Eagles. We'll obviously talk everything Philly sports. So it'll be a 4-for-4 combo. A lot of different hosts from A2D. So we'll have a lot of different guys, a lot of different family in. And listen, we go to the righties. We call, you know what I mean? We go to the pen and we sub guys in and out. It's fucking great. It's great. It's actually not that fun.
We go to the bench.
We bench.
We have a lot of bench scoring.
Yeah, and
We have more bench scoring than Sixers.
We do.
I come off the bench. I'm like the sixth man.
You're like Jamal Crawford.
I come in hot, too.
Who I would take. Andy, love you, brother. TDP, Merry Christmas. Right back to you, brother. Tristan, later, guys. Later. Tom.
Mike.
Dennis.
AM.
In the PM.
HUD Radio. We're live from the Real Talk Studios. And again, every Wednesday night, our certified public accountant.
Make 'em
Making
yours.
Gibson Mayer LLC. On the web, gibsonmayer.com. As well as our doc. Calls in every Sunday. Specialized Physical Therapy LLC. Burlington, Princeton, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Go get your shit taken care of. Don't get a bad back like Carson. We love you all.
No.
Go fucking Birds. Give us one more week to talk about it. One more week.
Yeah, so we're off next week. We are, as in Tom and Mike, we are off. So hopefully the next time we see you guys, we're back here talking about a Birds wild card win.
We could be on if Greg's around.
If Greg's around.
If Greg's around, we're on.
I am off next
Mike's
week.
off. If Greg's around and he's not fucking traveling for work and getting no extra money,
Poor
then we're on.
scrub.
All right? Love you all. Go Birds.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thank you for everything. We love you.
We love you.
Thank y'all for having me.
Later, bro. I got nothing. Later.